Right, are we good? Are we live? I think we are. Hello all and welcome back to the Women's Football Chat Live. Today we have yet more action in the WSL as our leaders Chelsea take on Manchester United. Victory day for the Blues could see them go 5 points clear of Manchester City. United, this is a chance though for them to really lay down a marker and prove they're in the title race.
Yeah, very much so. As you say, a win today for United. They go a point behind their rivals, put themselves into third and really make a good claim to be at the sharp end come the end of the season. So a big game for both sides. It's the game in hand that we've been talking about for weeks now, especially after Chelsea beat City last weekend. So yeah, huge 3 points up for grabs. Two sides that are playing really nice football at the moment. Chelsea haven't dropped a point under Sonia Bompastor. United, they've done some strange things under Mark Skinner, but it is working so far this season. It's going to be a good game.
Well, that's the thing to say, isn't it? I think a lot of people rightfully criticising Skinner for certain aspects, but what you can't doubt is the fact that they haven't lost a game yet, Manchester United. And that is now not true for any team in the league apart from Manchester United and Chelsea. So I think that, Chelsea are still strong favourites coming into today, but it's hard to doubt that Manchester United could put up a fight. You've got to credit them for what they've done so far this season.
The problem for United is that people will look at draws to Liverpool, it was that run of 3 draws, was it Liverpool, Villa and Arsenal in there, where Arsenal was acceptable because they were playing quite well.
Probably should have lost all of them.
They probably should have lost all of them, but it's the fact that they drew, they should have been wins, and I think that's what people will be frustrated by. But overall, I think that it's going to be one of those where if United turn up, say they can give Chelsea a game. Over the last 2 years, these battles have been incredible. They've been a lot more competitive than what we've seen before. We saw United beat Chelsea in the FA Cup semi-final last year. There's a lot going on that I think that this won't be as cut and dry as people maybe expect.
No, definitely not. I think this is going to be a tough game for Chelsea today. I think United will be keen to prove a point because I think a lot of people at the moment discrediting their start to the season because they've not played Manchester City yet, they've not played Chelsea, they were really poor against Arsenal. So I think a lot of people will look at those games, look at the fact that they weren't great against Arsenal, who've been a bit shaky this season, and then look at the fact they've not played the top 2 sides yet and say, well, have they proved anything yet? Are they actually as good as they are? So I think United, the players and Skinner especially, will be keen to prove that they are actually where the table puts them.
I mean, if we know anything about Mark Skinner, we know that the one game every single season he prepares for is Chelsea. Every single year. It was more so whenever Hayes was at Chelsea, but even now we know how much Mark Skinner really likes to get one over Chelsea and really enjoys it. And again, a win today, not only does it means they beat Chelsea, they catch up to Man City. 3 points for Man United today puts them in a completely different scenario than if they lose today. If they lose today, they stay 5th in the league, they're out of Europe, they're many points behind City, they're many points behind Chelsea, and they're looking like they're running a poor season. A win today, they go 3rd in the league, 3 points off Chelsea, 1 point off Man City, and suddenly it's like, well, wow, they're amazing.
Yeah, indeed. And they've got quite a nice run, to be fair, till Christmas now, Manchester United. They play Liverpool when we come back from the international break, and Liverpool haven't been very... Liverpool played quite well this season. They've not really got results, so it's quite difficult to say what's going to happen there. And then they've got Crystal Palace. So if they were to get something from today, they could have a really nice run into Christmas. Then they come back from the winter break and play Manchester City, which could be a very big game. So this is the sort of season-defining match for Man United. If they lose today, I think it proves what a lot of us know already, in that United aren't in the title fight and are still quite a distance off that. But if they win, then suddenly I think it opens up a lot of questions about where Manchester United are.
Yeah, especially if they win on merit. And by that, I mean that they don't get what happened in the FA Cup semi-final last year where Zellum handballs it and there were so many things going on in that game. And I think that if United come out and, dare I say it, outplay Chelsea, play better than Chelsea, outwork Chelsea, then suddenly, as you say, we'd have to have a massive discussion as to where Man United are and how good are they. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I think that 2 very good sides, the only 2 unbeaten sides. I would be surprised if that was to be the same thing come the end of the game. If this was, well, it'd have to be a draw. But I think that Man United, they're going to have to play to the best of their ability to get anything from this game.
It definitely does feel that way. Let's have a look then at the lineups for this game. Of course, we are at Kingsmead, the home of Chelsea. So we'll start with the Blues. It's a 4-2-3-1 for Bompastor's side. In goal, Hannah Hampton, who started every league game this season, keeps her place in between the sticks. It's a back four then of Bronze, Bjorn, Brighton. Baltimore is the back four, full of names beginning with B, continues to play. Obviously, Bjorn coming in through necessity with Buchanan out injured. In the pivot, it's Cuthbert and Sioka Nusken. On the right-hand side, it's Karen Reid. On the left-hand side, Guro Reiten. In attack midfield, it's Megan Hamano, hoping to continue her great form after a great showing against Manchester City. And leading the line, Mayra Ramirez, similarly excellent against City.
Yeah, very much so. It's the Chelsea side that we've kind of got used to seeing under Sonia Bompastor due to injuries to Lauren James, injuries to Kadisha Buchanan and Neve Charles. This 11 has played superbly all season. You have to give credit to Chelsea, as you say. Hermano, Ramirez have been standout players this season, especially. And once again, if those kind of players perform and play the way they've played all season, they're going to be very, very hard to deal with from a Man United point of view.
Yeah, well, I saw a statistic earlier that said on the topic of Natalie Bjorn that Chelsea, she's not conceded in her last 6 WSL appearances. They've won by an aggregate score of 28-0.
That's incredible.
Which is absurd. That's absolutely absurd. And obviously the Man City game, the most recent of those. But I think it shows the quality and depth for Chelsea, the fact that Natalie Bjorn can come in and it is such a seamless transition from Buchanan to Bjorn. I think that's a really positive for Chelsea. Let's have a look then at the Manchester United side. Now, as always, we never know what it could look like because this is Mark Skinner and it could look like anything. But we'll try and piece it together as best we can. In goal, it's Fallon Tullis-Joyce. She continues in goal. She's been fantastic this season, replacing Mary Epps. In the back four, it's Riviere, Letitia Turner and Gabrielle George. George having a good season, recently called up for the Lionesses. Then in the pivot, it's Awujo alongside Dominique Janssen. On one side, it's Chelin Bize. On the other, it's Heisei. And then through the middle, Grace Kinson attack midfield and leading the line, Rachel Williams. So some big decisions. Obviously, we know Ella Toon out injured. We know Elizabeth Turland had a knock coming into this game after their midweek clash against Everton. So United, a few injury concerns. Is this their best look 11 then without those players?
But I do think so. It's the team that we saw play against Leicester in the league last weekend. It's the team that I think that can play very well, can take the game to Chelsea on their day. As you say, a big game for Rachel Williams coming in for Turland. Big boots to fill there. I know Turland hasn't been firing, but it's Ellie Turland. Phenomenal player. Rachel Williams, though, she's the type of player where when she plays, she usually finds the back of the net for one of the best poachers in the league. You give her an opportunity and she's going to take it. But for United, they're going to have to be doing what they've done all season. Defensively solid. Tullis-Joyce has had some brilliant performances this season. Is going to have another blinder today, really, if you think that United are going to get something from it. Same again for Letitia Turner. They've been brilliant. George, that defence is going to have to be on their kind of best form, as they have been all season. That's for me, the reason United are unbeaten isn't because they've outscored everyone else, it's because they've defended well.
The worrying thing for me, though, is that when we watched that defence play against Arsenal, they really struggled. They conceded a lot of opportunities. And if Arsenal were clinical, Arsenal would have won that game by a canter. Now, the fear there is that when you watch this Chelsea team this season, in every game that they've played, whatever competition, they are clinical. They finish pretty much every opportunity. And if not, they'll create another few and they will eventually score a goal. So I think it does leave them in a really tough spot, Manchester United, because they have conceded some big chances this season and got away with it. I think based on that, it's hard to see a way that Chelsea don't score today. And that then creates an issue for Manchester United.
Yeah.
For me, it's all about those individual battles, though, as we say quite often on here. I think if Turner and Letitia can handle Myra Ramirez, then maybe they can look to weather that storm a little bit. If United can find Grace Clinton and she doesn't get taken out of the game by Cuthbert and Nusken, then maybe they can find a way forward. If they can use their wide players effectively, we saw how Heisei was able to really impact the game against Leicester, creating that chance for Elizabeth Turland. And we've seen Bize this season been able to change games. Most notably the Tottenham game, I think it was, for Manchester United, where she was creating chances and they went on to win that game. So she got 2 assists, I think, for Turland. I think that's a Tottenham game. So if they can bring those kind of players into the game, if they can shut down Ramirez as best they can, if they can try and limit Chelsea from coming forwards, then maybe United can win today. The issue with that is we have seen no evidence to suggest United will do that.
Yeah, I think the Ramirez Turner Letitia battle is going to be is the one that will decide the game. We're talking about Amaya Ramirez, who I think it's fair to say has had the better of every single centre half in the world over the last since she joined Chelsea. Whether it was Mappy Leon in that Champions League semi-final, whether it was Alex Greenwood or Kennedy last week, Maya Ramirez has been absolutely phenomenal. Whoever she's come up against, very tough job today for Letitia and Turner, but Maya Maya Letitia, one of the best centre halves in the league, if not the world, gonna have to play exceptionally well. But that's gonna be a key battle to see, because if you quieten Ramirez, I can't speak today, but if you keep Ramirez quiet, then I think it. Obviously, Chelsea have still got to start an attack, but Chelsea lose they. Oh my, this is getting really tough. But they lose their hold-up player in terms of they have no one to play the ball off. The other thing as well is that she can just run past 3 people, leave them all on the floor, and smash it past Tullis Joyce. But that's a separate problem for Man United to worry about.
Yeah, and the other thing is you can't afford really to focus too much on her, because then suddenly you leave gaps for Kainri to exploit, or for Guro Reiten to exploit, or for Meika Hamano to exploit. There's such strength in this Chelsea attack. It's why it's so difficult to deal with. But as we can see on the Sky Sports screen, Tullis Joyce, best performing goalkeeper this season based on the metrics, highest save ratio, highest goals prevented. I mean, you can paint that data in one or two lights. You can say the Tullis Joyce having a fantastic season, or you can say, well, Manchester United are conceding a lot of shots.
I think you have to put it into both kind of different circumstances. Credit to Tullis Joyce, she stepped up, been absolutely phenomenal, has had a superb season, and obviously, deservedly got a call up to the USWNT. And I'm sure that she'll hopefully get called up for the next few international breaks going forward in the next big tournaments. But as you say, Man United conceding way too many chances, and really have to be careful today, because Tullis Joyce prevented 5 goals today. In this season so far. If she has to make those kind of save numbers against a team like Chelsea, Chelsea will score. Not even the best goalkeeper in the league right now could keep Chelsea quiet. Yeah. And that's a prospect for United. They've got to go out and outscore Chelsea, despite the fact that I think you'd credit United's best area this season to their backline.
Yeah, Sapphire welcome to the stream, pointing out that Mappy Leon didn't play against Chelsea last season. That is true.
Paredes then.
It was Irene Paredes, and was it Ingrid Engen alongside her as well? But either way, Ramirez has done a fantastic job of bullying defenders.
Everyone but Mappy Leon.
There we go. And Mappy Leon doesn't play in the WSL, so we don't need to worry about that.
No.
And I think a lot of people make a strong case that in that second leg, if Ramirez was fit, may well have been a different result.
Yes.
I think a lot of Chelsea's downfall was the fact they didn't have anyone up there that could hold up the ball. So then Barcelona would win it back when Chelsea cleared it, and then they could come forwards once again, and those waves eventually led to Barcelona finding a breakthrough. Either way, we've got 3 minutes to kick off. Players taking to the field, so I think that's time for our predictions. Welcome to the stream, Alex Sinclair as well. If you're watching along, get involved in the live chat, give us your prediction. We're going to start in the studio though, as always. Harry, what is your prediction for today's game?
I mean, it's a tough question, but I'm going to go with something a bit crazy. We've got whatever Mark Skinner wants to do at Man United. We've got 2 unbeaten sides. You never know what's going to happen. Emily Heaslip might just send someone off for a laugh at any point in the match. So I'm going to go for Chelsea 3, Manchester United 2. I think it's going to be a box office affair. The only game we've got this weekend, so it's going to deliver some brilliant action. But I do think the Blues will eventually run out winners. But it's going to be a brilliant game. I think Chelsea will take the lead through Myra Ramirez. It will then be a leveller from Grace Clinton. I then think Chelsea will retake the lead through Guro Reiten. Chelsea will then make it 3-1 through Meika Hamano. Rachel Williams will make it 3-2, but it won't be enough to complete the comeback. 3-2 Chelsea, and a crazy game.
Yeah, fair enough. I see that. I think that's an interesting prediction. I'm going to go slightly different. I'm going to go Chelsea 4, Manchester United 0. I've watched a lot of both of these sides this season, and I don't see how United have managed to get away with so many results. I think if there's a team in the league that's going to punish that, it's going to be Chelsea. Chelsea have been flawless in attacking areas this season. They've been so strong. I just think they're going to completely overwhelm this United defence. I think that other sides this season, if their finishing was better on the day, if they were more clinical, would have done so. I think Arsenal should have put a few past them. I think Tottenham probably could have beaten them. There was a chance of Tottenham in that game, and then suddenly United flicked on a switch and they managed to get through that game. But for me, you can't afford to switch off against Chelsea, and there's so much evidence of United switching off this season. The last meeting between these two sides was a damning victory for Chelsea on the final day of the last campaign, and that was at home for Manchester United. Today's away at Kings Meadow. There is just a special feeling about Chelsea at Kings Meadow, and I just think they're going to get a big win today.
Fair enough. It's possible. I'll be surprised, but there's a chance it could happen. It's going to be a good game either way. I think we're going to learn a lot. This is the game that we've been focusing on for so long in terms of, this is the Chelsea's game in hand over City. This is United's game in hand in that race for Europe. And It's one of those where this is like, we don't know where United are yet. This is the big test. This is the big one. We were going to learn a lot today, no matter what happens over the 90 minutes.
Indeed, and worth noting a landmark occasion as well for Guro, right? It's a 100th appearance in the WSL.
I mean, a player who over the last 2 years averaged a goal contribution every 84 minutes, I think it is. So absolutely incredible. Has been superb for Chelsea. And maybe she'll mark her 100th appearance with another goal contribution.
Yeah, the 100. Is that 100? That must be 100 minutes for Chelsea, not WSL. Same thing, really, though, isn't it?
No, we will be able to.
Could it, oh, I guess 20.
Because she probably played more for Chelsea in terms of Champions League. She's played loads for Chelsea because they play like Chelsea go deep in every tournament every year. So yeah, it's one of those.
Fair enough. Yeah, well, we were going to get started here, but Myra Ramirez needs to fetch something. And now she takes back to the field, so we can get underway here at Kingsmeadow. Chelsea versus Manchester United. This rearranged fixture of this WSL season. Before kick-off, both sets of players will take an in a stand against all forms of discrimination. And now Chelsea will get us underway. Myra Ramirez from the middle. Waits for Heathcliff's whistle now, knocks it back, and we're underway here at Kingsmeadow. Chelsea versus Manchester United. Chelsea with a chance to go 5 points clear at the top of the WSL table.
Huge game.
This could be a season-defining match, really.
You know, if Chelsea go 5 points clear, some people will say it'll be very difficult. If United win today, then suddenly we've got 3 teams separated by 3 points, and Chelsea are only 2 points clear of City.
Yeah.
And a massive. I mean, if you're Gareth Taylor, what a horrible. Or you're a Man City fan. You want rivals to win, but you don't want your title rivals to. You know, your it's local rivals versus your title rivals.
I think it's the one game of season City fans will be cheering for United.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chelsea versus hijacking already. Come on, Chelsea. Ryan says, hey boys, should be a good one. I think that's an understatement there, Ryson. Should be a great one, this.
Incredible.
We just keep getting more and more
keep
dramatic.
Naming superlatives.
Natty Bjorn on the ball now. Lucy Bronze. Ball forward, but it's cut out by Dominique Janssen. Janssen's another one who, we spoke about key performers earlier on for United. Janssen's another one who, if she plays well today, if she does that defensive role well, that could be a difference. Make a ball into the box, and that is claimed well by Hannah Hampton.
Yeah, Chelsea can't afford to do that too much. I mean, that was aimed towards Grace Clinton and went over her, but with Rachel Williams lurking as well, if you're going to let United put the ball in the box, if there was one, very rarely is Rachel Williams going to miss up on that opportunity.
Indeed. Sandy Baltimore on the ball now, goes back to Millie Bright. Now Hampton. And here's Bjorn. Anna Gillespie says, where can I watch? This is on Sky, and if you're outside the UK, then it is the TV broadcast pick. So whatever your TV broadcaster is for the WSL, will have this game today. Here is Sandy Baltimore, does really well to take it past Chellin Bize, and now Chelsea are coming forward. Baltimore goes wide into Wrighton. Will Riviere get there? Yes, it's a big challenge. Out for a goal kick, apparently. So an even better challenge from Riviere.
Yeah, I think
Riviere... Not only to stop the cross, but also to manage to win a goal kick.
I think Riviere's got slightly fortunate because Wrighton does actually just get to the ball. Kind of just kicks it into her. It's not a bad tackle. Did well to recover there because if Guro was away, it'd have been a very good chance. That's a corner.
That's a corner.
Yeah.
It should be a corner.
It is a great tackle by Riviere, but it should never be a goal kick.
Not sure how Heathcliff's come to that decision, but there we go.
I'm more baffled by no one protesting that.
Yeah.
But alas.
And that knocked down one by Bronze, but out for a United throw then on the halfway here. Gabrielle George.
But it's tackles like that from Riviere going to be key today. United are going to have to make a lot of tackles like that. We're talking superb tackles, getting the ball and not committing any dangerous free kicks, really.
Here's Sjoka Nuskun. That's a strong challenge from Heisei to win it back then. And still going is Jesse. Ball into the box. And then Bize just seemed to back out of that one, and Nuskun can then clear it away. Myra Ramirez tries to win it. Firm, though, in the challenge is Leticia. United come away with the ball. Down the line from George. Good challenge from Lucy Bronze. Out for a United throw.
There was a clear message from Mark Skinner, which was to get out there, get stuck in, and make this game scrappy. It has been a little bit... It's been a very, very scrappy game to start with, to be fair. Both sides being very aggressive.
Been a bit bitey so far. Chance now for Jason, though. Breaking into the box, puts it into the area, and that is flagged. I think for offside.
Yeah, I think Hayes.
They've just forgotten to celebrate.
I think Jay was off on the far side. It must have been tight. But yeah, I mean, it was an easy finish for Clinton in the end, but everyone in the Chelsea shirt had stopped because the flag had gone up.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't get a replay of that one to see if that decision was correct. But Chelsea will play on. Natalie Bjorn. Now Millie Bright. Bright finds Cuthbert back to Bright. And that's a lovely pass to try and find Carnreid, and does find her successfully. Carnreid into Bronze. Tries to pick out Ramirez down the line, put out a play by Millie Turner.
Yeah, United and Skinner will know if they let Chelsea settle and get into a rhythm, then this game is going to only be going to one team, and that'll be a Chelsea victory.
Nuskin looks to switch the play. Here's Sondi Baltimore. Chelsea making the pitch wide. Now to Guro. Right and into the box. Falls for Nuskin. Blocked by Carnreid. Blocked by Ramirez in there, sorry. And Chelsea with a big squandered opportunity.
I think Ramirez done the right thing there. I don't think that the carry did nothing on it from Nuskin.
Ball into the box. Now Baltimore looks to deliver. Falls to the back post. Bronze tries to get there. Jaycee does really well. And now United can look to break. It's going to fall for Bright, Cuthbert, and Chelsea here starting to put pressure on Manchester United. Here's Sunday Baltimore. Pass inside to Cuthbert. Strong challenge from Awujo. But it does fall back to Baltimore.
Yeah, United are doing well to win it back, but the problem is they're not getting out of their own half. They're winning the ball back and only getting it as far as Bright and Bjorn, who are practically sat in the Man United half, ready just to sweep things up and get the game moving for
Bronze
Chelsea.
inside to Nuskin. Nuskin tries to play it too quickly, and Chelsea can see possession. Nice turn from Janssen, but it's into danger. Nuskin down the line. Here's Myra Ramirez, then puts the ball into the box, and that is dealt with by Manchester United. Chelsea corner. Forthcoming though.
Janssen's very, very lucky. You can't try and do a roulette turn in that deep in your own heart. Yeah.
You have no idea who's there, and then it turns out Sjoka Nuskin's there, and she runs straight into her.
From such an inexperienced player, that is a very rookie error to try and spin around there. But Chelsea
was unlucky.
with a barrage of chances.
Carnreid actually has to hit it first time.
Yeah.
Then it strikes Ramirez, who is waiting in the penalty area for the cross. So just an unfortunate one there for Chelsea. A shot on target denied by their own player. Corner put in now, though. Tallis Joyce does deal with it, pushing it away. Rachel Williams will try and get there, but that's out for a Chelsea throw on this near side. FPL basis, good start for Man United. Well, good first minute or two. And then since then, Chelsea have started to come forwards.
United need to find a way just to not let this pressure build.
Myra Ramirez tries to come inside. Hermano tries to win on the edge. Grace Clinton here desperately trying to take that ball away. Cuthbert to Hermano in the box. Should score. Huge save from Tallis Joyce.
Tell you what, it's good defending from Riviere in there as well, just to stick a leg in on Hermano and put her off. But United are messing around. This is really silly from Clinton on the edge of her own area, trying to dribble out. It's just not going to work.
But Chelsea, because there's so many players in the box, Chelsea have there's just no room to work with in there. But worrying.
Riviere almost kicks it into Hermano's foot, and Tallis Joyce as well to claim it. But United have got to find a way to relieve this pressure.
Poorly dealt with there by Tallis Joyce. Somehow it bounces through the lines though. Bright finally putting an assertive header in, but then it falls to Awujo, and United could use this. Cuthbert wins it back, and Awujo commits the foul.
Yeah, even if United can just break these periods of pressure up from City, as from Chelsea, sorry, but just get the ball in Chelsea's half for 30 seconds, a minute, and just because at the moment this is just a barrage of chances for Chelsea, and eventually one will go in. Because United cannot play when they're up against it this much. They will just lose. And they've got to stop messing around in their own area.
Carnreid, lovely ball to Nuskin, back down the line to Carnreid, who will keep this in touch. What can Chelsea do here? Carnreid looks to take on George, does really well to beat her ball into the box. And that's cleared away in there by Turner. And now Clinton will look to go for United. Cuthbert chasing her down though. And Clinton will be hard pressed to get past her. Does do well to win a throw. Yeah,
Clinton does well there, and I like the fact she hasn't tried to turn around. Again, just not doing anything, because if she turns around there, yes, there's more chance she keeps the ball, but it means that they're just going to bot themselves in again. But smart, just kept running at Cuthbert, and eventually won a throw. United have got to be smart. I mean, if United are smart today, they can cause some issues, or at least put up a fight.
Yeah.
But at the moment, this is turned into a scrappy game, and the problem is, yes, Chelsea don't want to get scrappy, but Erin Cuthbert does. And she will get involved, and she will win that physical battle.
Bronze tries to hold on to that. Jaycee wins it back. Bronze gets back in, though, and recovers possession. Falls again for Jaycee, though. That's just a bit too soft in there from Bronze. This is brilliant battling from Hermano, though, and United forced backwards.
I did not expect it's going to be so physical. It's incredible.
And Dominic Janssen, a little bit sloppy in possession again there, but as you say, manages to recover. And now United could play out. Janssen to Turner. And that is a poor pass out to George. I feel George was a bit too high, though. The angle just wasn't there for Turner to play that pass because Chelsea are pressing so effectively. What I am liking from United, though, is Dominic Janssen splitting the centre-backs. You'd think that would be the most obvious tactical thing to do if you're playing a centre-back in central midfield, is in possession, drop her between the centre halves.
Only took 8 game weeks for Mark Skinner to work that one out.
And here, he slipped. Oh, so JC's gone down. He slipped. Has stopped the game to make sure she's all right.
I think it's a hand. Potentially. I don't really know.
Yeah, it seems to be a hand.
But yeah, getting involved in that physical battle, first with Bronze and then with Hermano. But this game has been very aggressive, it has to be said. Very aggressive start to this match.
Yeah. A comment in the chat, by the way, from Aaron Nanye Justice. I think a prediction of Chelsea 3, Manchester United 1. Fair enough. So what was it in there?
Well, I think it was Bronze kind of just caught her hand as they were both getting up. There's not really much in it. I'm not really sure why she gone down injured for.
Yeah.
But alas.
Ryzen says, how long do you think Skinner will last? I think that's a tough question, really, because he probably shouldn't be here now. So the question, why wouldn't he keep going? That's the problem now for Manchester United.
You got to remember, 2 years ago, second in the league. Last year they won the FA Cup. It's not a bad record at all.
No, while the football's uninspiring and while he is uninspiring, you can't argue that they haven't been successful.
Yeah.
Or relatively successful.
He's delivered more than City's. They've won more than City have in the last 2 years. They're joint with what Arsenal have won the last 2 years.
And again, I think context is important because the FA Cup run was a bit of an extraneous example, and you could say that City are very unlucky to have not won anything in the last 2 years. But football's a results game, and Skinner, while he may not be a popular figure, has got results.
Yeah.
And so, while I don't think he's that good,
I mean, if they get a result,
I don't see. Yeah.
If they get a result today, that's a brilliant result. Even if it's a draw, I think they'll take that.
Gura Wrighton ball into the box. A bit of a shove and a push in the Perrier, and Nuskin fires it across goal, and that should be 1-0 Chelsea.
That's a must score. That is a must score for Shocker Nuskin. Left unmarked the back post in absolute acres. Williams just gets drawn in, and Nuskin just fires it across goal.
Almost finding that far netting then. But you can see, she sees the positioning of Letizia on the line and Valentine's choice ahead of her. And she knows if she gets that shot across goal, it's not going to get blocked. But she just goes a little bit too far across goal and drags it wider than the far post. Here's Erin Cuthbert, touches it to Bronze, and that's a foul from Dominic Janssen, but advantage Chelsea. Bronze tries to play it forward, finds Carnareed, pokes it towards Maker Hermano, who does really well to compete in there against 2 or 3 United players around her and wins a throw.
Maika Hermano is one of those players getting stuck in today.
Yeah, she's been lively. Tries to come inside there, option not on, goes back to Bronze, and Chelsea can move this around the back.
Hermano just seems to keep building and building on every performance. Every game she gets better and better. Yeah.
Bizet now wants to carry this ball forward then for Manchester United. Dominic Janssen goes back to Letizia. Now United, for the first time in what feels like 10 minutes, I think it has been, are trying to play some in-possession football here, and it's a ball that goes long. I think Bright will deal with that. Or will she? Not convincingly, but she has managed to win a goal, a corner, a goal kick.
Yes. Then. Just about. I mean, Bizet was convinced it was a corner. It was a close one, but yeah, Bright does just enough. Risky, but just, Yeah. They got the goal kick, that's what matters.
Dave Freya says Taylor will go before Skinner. That's an interesting one. I think it depends a lot on what they win this season. The problem is for City is they're playing really well, but they just haven't been able to win anything. You've got to feel this is their year. If Chelsea are more focused on the WSL and Champions League than anything else, I think Chelsea obviously aim to win everything. But you've got to think if their eggs are in the Champions League and WSL baskets, City have got to focus their attentions elsewhere.
Well, the other thing will also be is get to a final. They haven't got to a final in the last 2 years. And if you rock up to Wembley in the FA Cup final and you lose to Chelsea, then I'm pretty sure the Man City, board and that will go, well, fair enough. You were better than everyone this season apart from Chelsea, and that's hard to do.
Yeah. Right, as I think the Man City game gave her a lot of confidence. It's lovely to see. I believe that's on Maker Hamano. She was fantastic in the Manchester City game. And a statistic on the screen then. Successful pass in the final third. Chelsea were 22 so far. Manchester United with 0.
That's tough reading. With 15 minutes into the game.
Bronze's clearance is blocked then. It's a bit of a messy one for Chelsea, but Bjorn does now get it down and Chelsea can play football. Bright will carry it forwards. United out of position here because they're on the wrong side of the field. Bright knocks it down the line to Sandy Baltimore. Baltimore inside to Wrighton. Wrighton with a pocket of space to operate in here. Crosses it in. Carnereed has a header towards goal, but it's a lacklustre effort.
Let off for United again, though. How you allow Guro Wrighton that much space in between Riviere and Letitia. Because Letitia and Turner have both stayed narrow because they're doubling up on Myra Ramirez, and Riviere goes out to engage. Just leaves Guro Wrighton in a lovely little bit of space. But Chelsea don't utilise that, and the header was wide from Carnereed.
Yeah, Yichen asking about the rainbow numbers for United. By the way, Nasli spot on saying, I think it's in support of rainbow laces. Yeah, something I think all of the clubs really in the WSL should be adopting. And here come Chelsea. Chance then for Myra Ramirez bearing in on goal. And Tyler Joyce brings her down. Heaslip points to the spot. Penalty for Chelsea. And it happens so quickly. A yellow card for Fallon Tullis Joyce. But she had to. Oh, that was going to be a goal.
Yeah, no complaints to the United goalkeeper. Sloppy from United again. They lose the ball high at the pitch. Chelsea turn it over. Ramirez gets in between the centre. Beautiful
Such a good
ball.
pass from Hamano. She gets it spot on. Ramirez gets there first, takes it round Tullis Joyce, and she clatters into her. But she knows she has no other option.
Tullis Joyce has no choice. She comes flying out, and if she gets the ball, she gets the ball. And if she doesn't get the ball, she doesn't get the ball. She didn't get the ball. Chelsea penalty, and a chance for Guro Wrighton to give Chelsea the lead here.
Yeah. Just commits to ground there, Tullis Joyce, and Ramirez. It's smart. She knows what she's doing.
It is. The one thing I would say is that Ramirez had taken a touch wide and Turner had recovered. I know Tullis Joyce wasn't to know that, but perhaps it wasn't the only option.
Well, a chance either way for Guro Wrighton here to finish from the spot in her 100th appearance then in the WSL. Guro Wrighton from 12 yards. Waits for the referee's whistle. Steps up and dispatches. Tullis Joyce almost got there, but she didn't quite. And that's Chelsea 1, Manchester United 0. Guro Wrighton from the spot. Fantastic start for the Blues. And this is a really good penalty from Guro Wrighton. She had to get it right. Tullis Joyce knew which way she was going. It was just out of the reach of the American goalkeeper. Chelsea lead here.
Yeah, I think that'll be a frustrating one for Tullis Joyce again. You know, it's a good penalty from Guro, but if you go the right way, you expect yourself to kind of save it unless it's absolutely leathered. But yeah, Ramirez takes a touch wide. You've got Riviere covering as well, and Riviere was covering Ramirez's run, and Turner on the goal line.
I'm not really sure if she means to bring down Ramirez there, but she commits to the ball, and once Ramirez pokes it past her, where's Tullis Joyce going to go?
Yeah.
So there was always going to be that contact, and it's a penalty because she stopped Ramirez getting to the ball, and it's hard to tell what would have happened, but it could have been a goal scoring opportunity. So you can see why that was given.
A little bit of inexperienced goalkeeping, that is, because Ramirez has gone 1-on-1, she's panicked and just flown out.
Well, that's the thing. I wouldn't put that on Tullis Joyce. I put it on United being sloppy in possession. Bronze. Throw is then given back to the opposition. United here looking to make something happen. Letitia. Riviere.
United haven't had a sniff.
Ball down the line. Arujo will chase it, but that is going to run out of play. It feels like United haven't adapted to the conditions here. They know that ball's going to run a bit today. It's very windy. You can tell the wind is heading in that direction, yet they're overhitting every pass forward.
Yeah.
And it's just sailing off the end of the pitch.
And the other problem, they just keep going long. It's think about it.
Yeah, love the celebration in chat, by the way. Great teacher on Izuka, enjoying it. David Fraser says, no Hemp City season over. That is a bold statement. Not necessarily saying I disagree with it. I think it's a big loss. But
depends who they play. I think in the higher quality and the more important matches, I think they'll struggle. But for me, I think between Fowler, Fagino, and Kelly, I think they'll be all right.
But also they have got January where they could bring someone in. And if Chloe Kelly, who hasn't played a whole lot this season, clearly isn't in favour at Man City, was to move on, they could go and get a quality winger then. Or even so, they could go and get a quality winger. This is Manchester City we're talking about.
Yeah. I
They're
think
hardly strapped for
they
cash.
should just go throw as much money as possible at all the defensive midfielders in the world.
Well, they desperately need a backup.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be a point of interest to see if they do anything over January. If they don't, I'll be stunned. I don't know what the plan is.
Yeah.
Though for instance, 8 matches out is huge. Is that how long it is then? So that must be, what, 2-3 months? February, March time. The other thing to consider is she's going to, unless you've included like Champions League matches in that, in which case it's significantly shorter. But if she is to miss those months, then it will be, that's the Champions League knockouts that she'll likely miss.
Chelsea game in March.
Quarter-final game. That's the Chelsea game in March. So, yeah, I think that will have an impact, of course. And I think I saw someone making a good point the other day that Manchester City this season are a bit stale in possession, have relied on at times on Shaw and Hemp to make something out of nothing.
Yeah. I mean, United cannot make anything so far in this game. It's 20 minutes played, no shots, 38% of the ball. Chelsea have been in complete control. And if this carries on for the duration of the 90, then I think we're going to be looking at a very, very convincing win for Chelsea.
Yeah. And the more worrying thing for Manchester United is this doesn't surprise me whatsoever. I think if you've watched Man United this season and not just looked at the table, it's quite abundantly clear that they're not that great. And Beasley there just committed a foul for no real reason, lumping into Cuthbert, and that will be a Chelsea free kick.
But it's also think like that's no Beasley does not need to do that.
That's just frustration.
You've forced Chelsea backwards. That's good work, and then you've just gone and got put in an after tackle on Erin Cuthbert, who she will remember that for later in the game, and you're going to get smashed into at some point, and B. What a waste. What a waste.
Nuskin wants to play it forward. Jay trying to pull her back in there and does then commit the foul. And United, you can sense a growing frustration here. There's been a succession of fouls. They just can't keep up with Chelsea.
Because they were on the right side of aggression before Chelsea scored. Now Chelsea have scored, they're now on the wrong side of it. They're just they're now too aggressive. Just need to calm it down.
David Fraser asks, is Bizet playing left or right? Bizet is on the right flank. And Jay on the left one. I mean, it's a bit of a difficult situation, but you've got two wingers there. Bizet who are both comfortable on the right-hand side. So obviously you're going to put Bizet there. I think Bizet offers you more than Jay does.
Yeah.
But the question is, why use Jay?
Yeah.
Like, you've got Melvie Mallard there.
It's a tough one.
Unless you just want her for a fight, and she has put up a bit of a fight against Lucy Bronze, so I can see that, but... Yeah, I think it's a really weird one. This United squad, for me, doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
I mean, we're watching some kind of Christmas tree looking thing going on here. I don't know if it's just Janssen is too far behind everyone, or whether she's actually meant to be that far behind. But
Chelsea's average positions, by the way, are absolutely absurd. It is so high, because they can be.
Yeah. And this is the problem, is that it's really hard to judge this United, United today, personnel-wise, because you'd say, the front four have done nothing, but they've done nothing because they haven't had the ball. Because United aren't winning it. United are just offered nothing. Clinton, Bizet, Williams haven't touched the ball. Barely had a kick. And the problem is when players like that don't get the ball, then what can they do?
Yeah, here come Manchester United. Then Grace Clinton loses possession in there, and Chelsea now will look to come forwards. Natalie says, crazy that 2 years ago we were talking about United being title contenders. Well, to be fair, 2 years ago they were title contenders. I think the drop-off, the fascination is in how far they've fallen in those 2 years. Or because obviously in that time they've lost Alessia Russo, and that was a big loss. They've now lost Mary Earps. They've lost Katie Zellum.
Ella Toon is like a completely different player.
Isn't the same player. I think that's quite evident. So it has been a period of massive change, and it's fascinating to see how they've gone from title contenders to not being in it. But it's also worth noting that until the Brighton game this season, some pundits were talking about United being in the title race. Then they lose a few games, and suddenly it's Skinner out. And
it's incredible.
But that is the fickle nature of football.
It's one of those where United have got worse over the last 2 years, and dare I say it, Chelsea have got better.
Yeah.
I don't think you can argue with...
And also the competition around them have... Manchester City are such a strong side now, to the point where Chelsea and Arsenal are the only sides really that will beat them. But the problem is, if you want to win the WSL against the Chelsea side who don't lose to anyone, you've also got to not lose to anyone. But City aren't able to do that yet.
Brighton have come from nowhere over the last 2 years. Liverpool look better than they did a few...
Well, when Brighton have come from nowhere, they've they've made concerted efforts to try and recruit more intelligently. Especially, we saw that last season that started, and then this season they got it right with the manager. They got it right with the recruitment.
In terms of that, 2 years ago they wouldn't have stood a chance of beating anyone in the top 3.
2 years ago, true, they almost went down, and was it? I can't remember the name of the manager, but that was a depressing.
And last year was the
Brighton.
Melissa Phillips start, which then went horrendously.
Yeah,
and then they had to recover that, but they're up there. That's the problem. United have
good chance from Hamano. Jason has controlled that ball multiple times in their hand, and they're surprised that it's pulled up as a foul.
Yeah, fell over and just punched it forwards.
Yeah,
and bronze down as well for Chelsea. Those two have spent the whole day trying to fight each other.
No, Hamano was involved in as well here.
You know, Bronze, Hamano, and Hayes having just having a scrap.
Getting involved with it. David says, Nuskin amazes me. Even when she has an average day, it's considerable. Yeah. Top player, Sioka Nuskin. She does a lot of the work that you don't perhaps notice. I think Cuthbert, because defensive midfielders, normally, you don't really notice. Erin Cuthbert's an anomaly because she's always doing something you're going to notice.
Yeah.
But, Nuskin just goes about her business. She's not scored as many goals this season.
Yeah, that's the
which is less fun because we don't get to say, Sioka Nuskin scores goals. But equally, there's so much quality now in Chelsea's attacking areas and a lack of players in defensive midfield that I think she sort of has to do that role. But she's so good at it, so I don't really have an issue with that.
Letizier's so frustrated that she's managed to level the ball at Kings Meadow,
and that is out of play. No, it's flagged offside, sir.
Yeah, it must be a tight one as well. But United. They have to find a way to get into this game, or at least try and compete in this game. Because at the moment, there's one team on the football pitch that are playing football, and the other team are kind of spectating at the moment.
And the key thing is, Bompastor still doesn't look satisfied. The fact is, Chelsea have been completely dominant in this game. But until 90 minutes is up, and until Chelsea are comfortable in this game, Sonia Bompastor will not be satisfied. And that's the difference in the standards. I mean, the press conference from Skinner coming into this game was embarrassing, I thought. The fact he was saying we've been unbeaten, but, Chelsea are an incredible side, so it's going to be really difficult. That's not the mentality going into this sort of game. You look at Bompastor, and she smiles in the press conference. It's a wry smile and a comment of, well, there'll only be one unbeaten side in the WSL come Sunday. Yeah. And that's the difference.
Maybe she meant Man United. Man, really, negative. But yeah, that's the thing. Him saying that is more laughable than if he rocked up and said, we're going to batter them 5-0.
To be fair as well, I think the comment was, we will be the only unbeaten side rather than there will be only. But yeah.
Of course it was. But yeah, United just, I don't know. They don't seem to believe in themselves. They play...
Skin doesn't.
No, he believes in himself, not the team.
Hamano, that's not a great ball.
Didn't read the win there, so...
Bronze now. Looks to take this ball down the line, puts it into the box. Hamano tries to bring it down, but can't. That's cleared away by George. But I think the noticeable thing here is the way the wind is impacting the game. And we've seen how United have been able to clear it, but then they can't. They go and get on the end of their clearances.
Yeah.
Because they are playing with the wind. I think that's why Bompastor wants Chelsea to be comfortable in the first half. Because in the second half they will be going with the wind. But in this first half where they're going against the wind, it means they can play the ball on the floor, and it's not going to be a huge...
Well, I think Chelsea have changed it. They don't usually go this way first half. They're attacking a different end, and that would have been set up. I think that Bompastor would have gone, we'll play first half against the wind. Look at that. Millie Bright's trying to play across the field pass, and it's ended up at 30 yards away from Carnery.
But again, that's one where you've got to think, this is the conditions. Let's not try and drill a pass across the field.
Even Millie Bright, who's got one of the best long-range passes in the league, isn't going to be able to pull off passing this wind. No.
She might be a great passer, she can't change the wind.
No.
That's the one flaw that Millie Bright has.
Cannot change wind direction.
Yeah.
United just need to find something.
Yeah.
Need to create. Do it. If I was Skinner, I'd have a shot. Someone just have a shot.
Now Jade Riviere knocks it wide. Jace say, I think her and Bize have swapped flanks then. Looking to make something happen. Great defending from Sondi Baltimore. The ball goes into the box. Head away by Bjorn.
Well, I think they would have seen that.
And now Ramirez will look to hold the ball up for Chelsea. But Jade Riviere comes and helps Letizia and wins the ball back.
The plan from United will be is that Heisei for the first 25 minutes just wanted to fight bronze. So don't make her do that. Don't let her do that. And, just swap them over. See what they can get from the opposing sides.
Now here is Jaycee. Nice footwork, and she can come inside now. Good challenge from Cuthbert. Also back, another good challenge. Just keeps biting with those challenges, Erin Cuthbert. Now Riviere puts the ball into the box. Hard one for Hampton to deal with. Williams nowhere near the ball. Jumps at her.
But that's what happens.
You've got to compete for that, haven't you?
Your team out on a shot. You get across to the box. You're going to throw yourself at that as hard as you can and just hope. But well claimed from Hampton. Didn't back out. Took it well. Yeah. Williams clatters into her after Hampton's caught the ball. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Williams going for the ball. She wants a shot. She's probably bored and cold. United just need to have a shot. Bompastor wasn't very happy.
No, and rightfully so, because Williams has lumped into the keeper there. That really should be a card. She's not competing for the ball.
And Hampton's still down, which is also understandable. Why she would be frustrated.
Yeah.
I mean, Hermano's putting her boots back on. I don't know why she's taking them off, but anyway, Williams did get booked in the end as well.
Oh, okay. Well, justice is restored.
Chelsea, a brilliant half an hour. Would be disappointing if they had to watch Hampton come off here. Hermano's still putting her boots on. I don't know why can't explain why she would take them off. But yeah, hopefully Hampton's alright.
Why she taking off? Wait, what?
Hermano just took her boots off. I don't know if she swapped them over for different boots, but yeah.
Oh, right, not swap left.
No. She's not putting her right boot on her left foot.
She wants to score outside the boot shot.
Yeah. It's 15 minutes now. If I'm Mark Skinner, you've got your team. It was actually an argument Bompastor was having with the United coach rather than actually annoyed about the decision.
Yeah, and the Bompastor tried to get in the way to stop Bompastor unleashing a right hook on him.
Yeah.
Of course.
He don't look like the smartest tool in the shed anyway. But yeah.
Awfully judgmental.
Well, yeah. I think that if I'm Skinner, I would now say have a shot. Someone just have a shot. It's been 31 minutes and you haven't had a shot in this football match. Whether it's 5 yards or 25 yards, someone just have a go. You never know. In this wind, see what happens. United have just got to find a way to start getting some belief in there. Start trying to get themselves something positive. A shot is something, but even if it goes out of King's Meadow, maybe that would be positive. But just have a shot.
Yeah, so Chelsea getting us back underway, then Hampton from the restart. And now Chelsea will look to build out from the back. Bit of dominance so far for the Blues. The question is now, 15 minutes left this half, can we see United make some changes? They've had a break now. They've had a chance for Skinner to talk to some players. So it will either now get a bit better or a whole lot worse. It's a complete 50-50, really.
Yeah. It's what for Chelsea, they want to kill it off.
Competes well, wins the ball back. Wrighton comes away with it, deems a foul from Ramirez on Awujo.
Yeah, Chelsea want to kill this off because United have got a habit for hanging on in games and then nicking something late on. They did it against Arsenal. They hung on against Villa and got a point. They're good at getting something from nothing. So they'll be hoping that they can try and mount something in this game. Or just hold on and then score a cheap goal in the last 5 minutes.
Indeed. The other thing to note is that Chelsea this season have had a lot of first halves where they've made it look like the other team were in the game and then had a second half where they score 4 or 5.
They have.
And suddenly everything's different. Ramirez does really well to shrug off Bizet. Bizet keeps biting and Ramirez doesn't even care. Ball played in behind looking for Wrighton. Riviere gets between Wrighton and the ball and does well to draw the foul.
But I think it's been pulled back for a foul it's been pulled back for a Chelsea free kick, I think, on Ramirez.
Oh, lovely.
Because I think she managed to weave past 3 or 4 players.
Well, there was 2 fouls in there from Bizet. She just kept kicking her from behind. But Ramirez just kept running. It's good officiating there from Heaslip to let them move, breathe, let the advantage play, but then pull it back. And that pass didn't come off.
Yeah, so it was...
You see, pull, there's a kick, and then, you can see why it's pulled back.
It is pulled back there, yeah. But I mean, Chelsea, yeah, as you say, if Chelsea get a second goal,
That's a chance for them to put the ball into the box.
trouble for United.
Guro Wrighton swings it in, looking for a chance to play at the back post. United let that run, and that's out for a goal kick.
That's a great ball. Chelsea beat Brighton. We frustrated that no one in a Chelsea shirt managed to get something on the end of it.
Yeah.
But a really good ball in from Guro Wrighton and just bounced all the way through. Missed by a lot of people. Cuthbert ends up on the floor. I think it's Nuska maybe on the floor actually. But yes, a lovely ball in. No one made any contact with it.
Yeah, it's good defending for United. They held their line well. And good communication there because they easily could have... Someone could have just poked that out for a corner when it wasn't needed.
Yeah.
So good defensive organisation there. Don't know what Mark Skinner is.
Well,
annoyed
Chelsea have
about
got a
now.
throw there and I'm not really sure why.
No, it was
it has
United.
been given
It was
United
always
throw.
a United throw.
Yeah, but the linesman gave a Chelsea throw. I think the referee overruled her because of what he did.
Cuthbert goes back there to Hannah Hampton. Now Chelsea can build out from the back again. Bjorn. Bronze does really well there to sell Clinton. The dummy tries to play the ball through the lines. It's cut out. Hermano now. Nuskin and
bizarre tackle from Bronze.
she just seemed to go through
Yeah.
the legs of the player and won the ball, but
You
Just a
can't.
bit of an
It's the way she went in.
yeah.
Really bizarre turn of events that. But yes, 10 minutes. There's still a lot can change in this. In this
Yeah.
first half.
Ryan says Skinner ain't it, but hey, if they want to keep him, let them. That is true. Well, there's the box then from Gabby George, headed away by Ramirez, and then either way it's given as a foul. I think Rachel Williams and Bizet there, pushing in the box.
Yeah, I think everyone had hands on everyone, and United were a little bit too forceful.
The last few minutes, we've just seen another succession of fouls. United try and gain an edge over Chelsea.
It's working because it's starting Chelsea to get in their rhythm, but it won't work to the point that United will just end up with loads of players off the pitch.
Yeah, great pressing there from Grace Clinton, forcing Hampton into an error. United now then looking to play forwards. George, throw down the line. One back in there. I'm not sure who she aimed that at. All the United players just ran down the line and it was too far for George to try and pick him out.
And hooks down the tunnel.
And they've done it again here. Hey, JC will hold that up well. One back in there by Nuska, and JC wins it again. It's a bit messy, but United do come away with the ball into the box. Now Rachel Williams pokes it. Goalwards. Sorry, Bizet pokes it goalwards, but it's wide.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be intrigued to see what did Bizet get on this, because if she gets anything like that, it's got to be a goal. Brilliant. Haysafe battling again. That's all she. Oh, game just fighting people. Ball in from Williams.
Okay, don't know if she did get much of a touch or whether she was just short of it. Yeah, just short of it, to be fair.
Nearly curled in at the far post anyway, but better from United. What they've done is they've done what they needed to do, which was stop Chelsea's rhythm, and it's kind of made it into a bit of a scrappy, lesser quality affair. But that suits Man United more than it suits Chelsea.
George back to Turner. Here's Dominique Janssen. Laetitia. So I don't know why they don't use Fallon Joyce in possession.
United, I think they look really poor when they have the ball.
Yeah.
They look worse when they have the ball when they don't have it. And there you go. They've played a pass out wide and it's off the pitch.
It's just really sloppy. I mean, I know Chelsea are fantastic at pressing. I think that's worth noting because that is important. Chelsea have been excellent.
But on the ball, they just don't look comfortable at all.
Yeah, Bronze goes down the line, finds Ramirez, tries to touch it inside. Awujo does well to win it back. And now here come Manchester United. JC, nice body feint, and now can play a ball in behind. Rachel Williams will give chase to it, but that is going to bounce through to Hannah Hampton. At some point today, Manchester United might work out that it's windy.
Yeah, maybe that would help.
And when that moment happens, we'll see what changes. Yeah. Ball rolled out into Siok and Nuskan. How has Chelsea got away with that?
I don't know.
Bjorn. Now to Bright. But Blito asks, what website has the game? It is on Sky Sports in the UK. If you're outside the UK, it'll be whatever your WSL broadcaster is. This is a broadcast pick. So it's on whatever your TV broadcaster is for the Women's Super League. Here is Sondi Baltimore, wants to take on Bizet. Looks to go around the United winger here. Bizet does well just to stand her up. Now brings Wrighton into the game. Here's Millie Bright. Now Sandy Baltimore. Again up against Bizet. Manages to put the ball into the box. Head away well by Turner. But it's just too easy to get the ball into the box there for Chelsea. Bronze, again given time to cross it, and that's headed away by Letitia. Now Carnareid. Ball into the box again for Chelsea. And that's going to fall to Baltimore. The back post will put it back into the box for Chelsea. Tile choice though, no issue claiming that one. And United can stop letting Chelsea just swing the ball across their penalty area.
I was going to say, Chelsea were just dropping the ball into the into the 6-yard box, and United scrambling to clear it. But as you say, a break in the momentum of crosses for Chelsea.
Just the pendulum swinging there through United's box. Chelsea unable to turn that into a goal. Clint does well to bring that ball down. Nuskin with a great tackle does really well to retain it, and then Rachel Williams commits a foul.
And Clinton will be lucky if she doesn't get booked for kicking the ball away.
It's definitely after the whistle.
Actually,
does get booked.
Yeah.
That's just silly from Grace Clinton. So silly.
Yeah.
You know you're going to get cautioned for that. And the issue is now United are trying to be really combative, but they've got Rachel Williams on a yellow and Grace Clinton on a yellow, meaning neither of their forwards can be particularly combative. And, I mean, Williams has got to be careful anyway, dragging players down like that on a yellow card. And you've got Valentine's Choice on a yellow.
I also don't really know how, as a striker, you can pull someone down by the arm and then put your hands up saying you didn't do anything. The ref stood 3 yards away. You're not going to get away with that one.
Yichen says, has JRK's magic vanished? I wouldn't say her magic has vanished. I think she was on a purple patch to start the season, and I mean that level of contributions that we've never seen in Carnareid's game, and either way it wouldn't really be sustainable. She was averaging about 1 or 2 goals a game, which you wouldn't be expecting. But I agree, her contributions have definitely dried up. What I would say though is that she still offers so much in terms of tactical upside for Chelsea, because she's so good at holding the width, and what that's doing is creating space for Hamano and Wrighton to operate in the pockets.
Yeah.
Or Hamano on the right hand side. It then allows Wrighton to come inside to that left pocket and allows Baltimore to overlap. So while it may look like Chelsea are losing, while JK isn't playing particularly well, I would say she's doing well for in possession stuff.
Mark Skinner's reaction there to his side kicking the ball out of play yet again.
It's just one of frustration.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I get Skinner's frustration there, because it has been really sloppy from United today.
Yeah.
They've knocked the ball out of... The number of unforced errors from Manchester United in possession today, ridiculous.
Yeah. Just pass it around.
And I know their shape isn't great.
Whichever player they pass to on the byline.
Ball in behind. Myra Ramirez goes too early there. Or it might have been flagged offside for something earlier in the move.
As I say, Ramirez's stare over to the lineswoman on the far side was one of, really? I it would have been close. It looked like Ramirez and Turner were pretty neck and neck, but alas. 3 minutes. If United get to half-time only 1-0 down, I think that's
we will have a fairly sizable amount of additional time. We had the penalty, of course, which took a bit of time. We had the injury to Hannah Hampton. So it's probably more like 10 minutes, but yeah.
I think we only get 7 minutes.
I mean, well, from 40. I think we can get 5 minutes additional time.
Right, okay.
And Bright, just a bit of a miscommunication there. I don't think she realised that ball wasn't going to go through to Hampton.
Yeah.
Hooked it away at the last moment.
Lets it run.
It's a bit of a weird one, just spun away.
Yeah. Would have been close. In the race. If Bronze wasn't there, it would have been a very close race between Haysay and Hampton. But a chance for you, they've got a corner. Have they had a shot yet? Just Williams is one with a beat they didn't touch. That counts as a shot.
No. United have not had a shot yet.
You've got a corner. Put it in the area and someone just head it in the direction of the goal. That's got to be the aim for Man United.
Well, swing it in towards the goalkeeper. With the wind today, you might just get a lucky bounce.
And they haven't read the wind.
Put it into the near post. Chelsea dealt with it, and now they'll look to break here. Carnareid bursting down this right-hand side.
United have recovered.
United have done really well to get back in there. Yeah, Baltimore and Carnareid work it between them well, though, and still going as Carnareid tries to play that in behind George for Baltimore. And that's out for a Chelsea throw.
Yeah, I mean, that was Baltimore and Carnegie against the world running back there from like counter-attack.
And Chelsea still made it work. Yeah. No idea how. Here's Bronze. Carnegie. Bronze. Darts inside here with the ball. I kept thinking that pass was going to go to Cuthbert, and then Bronze just ran at her. Here is Sonny Baltimore. Holds that with so well. There's a quick 1-2 with Guro right and Baltimore. Can't quite keep that in play. Good football from Chelsea, though. Not quite able to add that last ball, that final ball there for Chelsea, not quite on.
Just a little bit overhit from Guro Wrighton. Baltimore busted the gut to get there and ended up just chipping it into the cameraman. Poor bloke. But, yeah, good half from Chelsea. And, I mean, 12 contributions in 14 games, for last 14 games for Guro Wrighton. Guro's really found her touch. She had a really tough...
We saw at the end of last season, though, she wasn't a great run of games. We saw, even the Liverpool game, which Chelsea went great, and she played well. The Bristol City game, did she score 4 in that one?
I think the last 14 WSL games, that's the 8 starting this season, the last 6 of last year. Great tackle from Emily Hayes.
With United's best interception of the game.
But yeah, I think that it's been a really, really good season for Guro Wrighton, refinding her form. 4 minutes of additional time.
Dave Fraser says, have the people who trashed Bronze early season eaten their words yet? As one of those people, no. I will say, and I'm more than happy to admit when I'm wrong, I still think that she does get caught a little bit too high. But I will say that I thought her defending against Manchester City was much better than what we've seen so far.
I really understand Mark Skinner. Sorry, he's now cracking jokes on the sideline.
Yeah.
I don't know whether he's found something really funny on his phone or whether he's just
hilarious guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Mark Skinner.
Laughing at his own team. But
Sandy Baltimore puts that ball in behind. Ramirez tries to get there. It's cleared away by Millie Turner. Baltimore wins it back, though. Williams competing for it is Bize. Just rushed that.
Yeah.
And Bright smashes it forwards. 4 minutes additional time, by the way. Tashi says, to be fair, Bronze was a little suspect in some of those games. Well, against Arsenal, she was largely at fault for the Ford goal.
Oh,
in fact,
yeah.
Wholly at fault
Caitlin
for the
Ford walked
goal.
around her.
Because then Ford was in a fantastic position to score, and there wasn't a lot that Buchanan or Hampton could do in that position. So, I think that is a game where Chelsea could have been leading 2-0, and then it would have been a much more comfortable second half. I thought those City games, she was brilliant. Much better 1v1 defending, which is something I think has really been lacking from Bronze's game. But again, I think that's more to do with how Chelsea set up rather than Bronze herself. I still think Bronze can get caught way too high. I still don't think she's a great 1v1 defender. When the rest of her team is narrow and compact, she's good at executing tactical principles and disciplines, but I still think that she is... Some of her raw attributes in her game are still lacking, I think. I think too often in her career, she relied on her pace to recover in those situations, and now that that's starting to fade as she gets older, that is a problem. Anyway, here come Chelsea. Carnegie taking it down this right-hand side. Needs an option inside. Uses Nusken. It's a 1-2, a give and go back down the line. Chance for Carnegie here to put the ball in the box. Does so well, and it's headed away by Riviere. Nusken. Well, the studio lights flicker. As the action to this, in this first half, fades towards an end. Here's Cuthbert. Tries to put that ball in behind. No one for Chelsea in that position, though. One back by Thomas Joyce.
Bit late for Halloween. But yeah, I think, a half from Man United that they do not want to repeat or look back on. It has been really poor. Unless they have a shot in the next minute, they're going to go 45 minutes without having an effort. Which just isn't, it doesn't matter who you're playing. You can play the best in the world, worst in the world. If you have a shot in 45 minutes, it's just not good enough.
Yeah. Just want to take a throw here, but there are 2 balls on the field.
Not sure why Bronze decided to get the ball off the cone rather than the ball that was right next to it on the floor.
Oh, no idea. Bronze on the ball. Pamane back to Bronze. Sends it forward. And we'll talk more about United's lack of shots during half-time as we try and analyse that first half. But 0 shots, 0 on target, 4 touches in the opposition box, and just 31% possession. There is a lot for Skinner to mull over and a lot for United to sort out in the break. Mainly, can they have at least a shot? Ramirez tries to hold up that ball. Turner does well to win it. Falls, though, to Erin Cuthbert, who will play that in behind and give Brighton something to chase after. But either way, that is the half-time whistle. At the break, it's Chelsea 1, Manchester United 0. And a dominant display from the Blues so far. They found the breakthrough from the penalty spot through Guro Wrighton, but it could be a few more. Chelsea have had the opportunities, but they've not been able to convert any more in this first half. As for Manchester United, well, they've yet to have a shot. I think that sums up their first half performance. Good game, though, so far.
Yeah, it has been a good game. As you say, I think Chelsea were on top for the majority of the game, especially that first kind of 25 minutes, half an hour mark. And I think after that, the game became a bit even because it became a very scrappy affair. Neither side really did anything in the last 10 minutes because they were just kicking lumps out of each other and the ball really wasn't being used in the game of football, which is a bizarre sentence to say. But yeah, Chelsea deserved their lead. They've been in control. United haven't threatened them. I think that Bompastor would probably want a little bit more. And as I say, she won't be happy with the way that Chelsea played in that last kind of 10-15 minutes. Because we know Bompastor and Chelsea, they demand perfection. Towards the end of the half, it did get a little bit scrappy. Wasn't great football, but overall a decent half. They lead the game, and while there'll be little things that Bompastor will critique, whereas in the other dressing room, I think Skinner's going to have a whole world of problems to deal with.
Yeah, as per usual, really, for Manchester United. That seems to be the status quo. New up to the stream saying the referee should let the game flow more. All this stop-start is so bad. That's interesting, but to be fair, I don't think that's the ref's fault. I think that's just the United keep committing fouls. Like, what is Heaslip supposed to do? It's
become a very aggressive game. Both sides are kind of lumping into each other. I mean, Bronze and Heaslip spent 45 minutes trying to fight each other. So it's one of those, it's a difficult one to kind of maintain.
Ryzen says, close thing to United having a shot was Clinton booting the ball away. That is true. That was sort of the only thing that's gone anywhere near the target. Natalie says they're ahead on fouls. Yeah, United have just constantly fouled Chelsea. That's all they've done this first half.
Half of me wouldn't be surprised if Martin Skinner went into the dressing room and was proud of that. Okay, our positives is that we've committed more fouls than them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a tough half. That's when they've had to resort to taking down Chelsea to stop them.
Yeah, CFC Riley welcome to the stream as well. Says Emily Heaslip loves a yellow, doesn't she? She definitely does. I would normally agree that she's a bit too harsh on yellow cards. I think today, though, they've all been just. Valentine's Joyce flying in and giving away a penalty. That's an obvious yellow card. The other one was for Rachel Williams jumping up at Hannah Hampton, which is a yellow card, and Clinton booting the ball away. So normally I'd agree that she's a bit overzealous, but today I see no issue with any of the cards she's awarded so far. New says for the 2 minutes that Heisei played on the right-hand side, where she normally does, there was actually some life on that side. Why it's going to move to the left, I'll never know. Well, it's a bit of a weird one, isn't it, that they've got 2 right wingers on the pitch and no left wingers. But yeah, I think Jason has looked really good on that right-hand side. I thought she looked quite good last week as well. But yeah.
I don't know what it is. They haven't played with a left winger all season. It's either been an attacking midfielder, either Toon or Clinton, and now it's Heisei. You've got Melvin Mallard sat on the bench. It's so bizarre to me.
Or Leg Alton. Who's barely played this season.
Please put a left winger on Mark Skinner. Because at the moment, the whole season, he's shoehorned other players onto that left-hand side and it's just not working.
Justin Williams says, yet to have a shot. Oh my, just got hit. Do you mean not a single shot or not a shot on target? They're yet to have a shot, Justin.
They haven't had a shot.
Have not had a shot in 45 minutes. Which is, it's poor.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to score if you can't have a shot?
Yeah, even teams who are 4-5-0 down have shots.
Yeah.
Everton, well, maybe not. But, there's teams that, like Crystal Palace got taken to the absolute cleaners by Chelsea, and they still had a few shots in that game. How do you go 45 minutes without just having a go at own goal? Because it would get to the point where, for me, if I'm in Skinner's position, if you've had no shot for 35 minutes, I'd just say, right, Clinton, next time I get the ball, shoot from 30 yards. Have a shot. Just give us something to work with. Because the problem is the no shots as a knock-on effect because for one shot usually if you have a shot, especially if it's on target, it's either a goal or it creates a new opportunity, whether that's a corner or whether it falls to someone else to have a shot. So by just having shots, you can start to work your way into a game, and United just aren't doing that at all.
Well, that's the issue. Is you can say it's just as simple as having shots. And the issue for United is they can't get into the position to have shots. They can have speculative efforts, and I think that would be something. At least try and have a shot. The problem is United have no idea how to get the ball forward.
Agreed.
Their attack's been so dysfunctional this season, but they've got away with it because of individual quality. Because in most games, they've got players who can make the difference because they are better attackers than the team have defenders. So many times this season, we've seen players like Bizet make the difference. We saw last weekend, Jesse made the difference, where they couldn't break down a Leicester team for 45 minutes. Jesse does a nice skill, beats a player, puts a ball into the box, and it's a really good header from Turland. But that's not United breaking a team down. That's United having good players. And so I think there are huge tactical flaws with how United are trying to play.
There is. I think this is. I think you could argue perhaps this game's slightly different, as we've seen the other problems is actually getting the ball forwards. But
they have no idea.
They don't know how to do that. But in this game, they've tried. But it's the actual sloppy. They haven't been able to get the balls because of the sloppiness. They've stopped going through the middle because they've realised that Janssen can't progress a football. So unsurprisingly, they've tried to go wide to George and Riviere. But every time they've gone wide, they've ended up booting the ball off the pitch. It's incredible. And every pass has gone wide, and then they can't work with that. Because every time they try and come forwards, they concede a throw.
And what confused me for Manchester United is we talk about Tottenham and how all of their ball progression last season came through Bizet and Clinton operating in wide areas. And United have both of those players. So you'd think it's just a cut and paste job there is look at how Tottenham were using those players to move the ball forwards last season and then try and play that way. Tottenham last season were quite a defensive style of football, and maybe United just don't want to play like that. But I don't see, this isn't working. So something's got to change. And you're playing Chelsea today. So there's no reason why you can't play a defensive style of football. That would be completely permissible. And
the other thing, even if you aren't tactically getting it wrong, just use a bit of common sense. They have misread the conditions completely. It is the wind is incredible at the moment all over the UK. And they're trying to play, they're with the wind and they're trying to play long. And that's the reason the ball keeps going out of play, because either they smash it long and it runs on in the wind, or the passes are overhit because they put so much power on it. But obviously the wind's going to carry it further. Just that's just use your common sense. And if you're Mark Skinner, you go, right, we're playing with the wind. So now what they need, maybe they can be brilliant in the second half because every pass is going to hold up and it's going to work perfectly. But, just read the conditions. You're going against the wind second half. So what do you need to do? Just put a bit more on the pass.
Yeah, fair enough. Loving how much people are getting involved in the live chat, by the way. Unfortunately, we probably won't be able to go through all of it, but some stuff to talk about. I love this duality of man. CFC Riley saying, at some point, Sonya's obsession with bronze will cost the team. David Fred saying, bronze inclusion will win them the title.
Wow.
So complete duality there. What side of the fence would you sit on with that?
I sit on neither, to be completely honest. I don't think...
You don't sit on fences. Fair enough.
No, but and I don't think...
You are sitting on the fence, really.
Yeah, I am sitting on the fence, but I don't think that bronze is going to be the reason Chelsea win titles this year, but I also don't think she's going to be the reason that Chelsea don't win titles this year. I think it's very hard to put it into a sentence where you put it on one player.
Yeah, no, I think that's true. I don't think bronze makes them considerably better or worse. I don't think she changes the whole lot from Ev Perez. The one thing I would say in favour of Riley's point is that if it comes down to a Champions League knockout game later in the season, I don't think it will have a huge impact on the league because I think those games are slightly different. But if it comes down to a one-off game in the Champions League and she does make a big mistake because she gets caught too high, then that could be more to that point. But I don't think she's going to have a huge... I think she's playing well now, but I don't think she has a huge, profound impact on Chelsea's overall ability to win titles. Yeah,
it's a hard one to judge because I think that I think it's fair to say that bronze has got better since the start of the season, but so have Chelsea defensively. And there's that argument: have Chelsea looked stronger because bronze has looked stronger, or has bronze looked stronger because Chelsea have looked stronger? It depends which way you look at it. I think you have to look at it both ways and understand that. I think they're both. Chelsea have got better, which makes bronze look more solid, but equally bronze by our own right has also looked more solid this season.
Yeah, fair enough. Alex, what was the stream saying? Without Turland, there's no real threat for against Chelsea. That is true.
I think United have lacked a lot of presence up there, which is, again, a bit of an odd one because Rachel Williams, I think, is really strong. What United would have wanted to do today, and I'm not sure whether they would have done it because, again, this is Mark's going to be talking about, but I think if United have tried to play a 4-4-2 today, use Bizet and Clinton in those wide areas to try and progress the ball, and then had Turland and Rachel Williams to try and be a bit combative, try and offer a bit of presence up there, they could have played quite an effective defensive style of play today. Instead, they've tried to play the football they've played all season, which hasn't worked against anyone else and isn't going to work against Chelsea.
Yeah, I think it's one of those where United and even City potentially need to realise that you can't rock up at Chelsea and expect to dominate the game.
Yeah.
City tried to control Chelsea and it didn't work. United have tried to come at Chelsea and it hasn't worked. And I think for United, the main thing in the second half is to get the basics right in terms of read the conditions. Now, read the wind, work out what you're going to do. Has to make a change at half time, and even if it's not to produce better quality because someone's performed poorly, that's a statement. To be completely honest, you can't put the same 11 players out there because for me, you're saying that no shots in 45 minutes and getting played off the park is okay. So I think United need to get the basics right just to help themselves. Just they'll make it so much easier for themselves if they get the simple things right.
Yeah, some interesting comments in chat. Riley's saying that doesn't seem to rate Nusken or Erin Cuthbert, which I disagree with strongly. But again, it's a matter of personal opinion. David Fraser says, "Lol, Nusken is a fantastic player." So yeah, lots of interesting conversation in chat. Sissy Riley says, "Spend the alleged 3 mil on Bonmati or someone who can carry the ball." I'm not really sure if Bonmati. I mean, Bonmati, I don't think would leave Barcelona anyway. I don't think. I think the rumours with Lyon and Chelsea, while there would be interest, I think if that became an option, it's not. And the interest is the agent drumming up interest, so then he can take that to the Barcelona board and demand more money for his client. So I don't think there's ever been any serious interest of Chelsea or Lyon looking to move for Bonmati, of course, but I think both clubs would entertain the option if she became available, but that's just not realistic. And I'm not really sure Bonmati is a great fit for Chelsea anyway, to be fair. I think a fantastic player, and of course, if that becomes an option, Chelsea will try and fit her into the squad because she's Aitana Bonmati. But I think it's a difficult one.
Yeah, it is. And, I think Bonmati, and you've got to be careful that, what you've got on the Real Madrid men's side, you don't want to have too many high-quality players that just don't work. I don't think Lauren James and Bonmati work in the same team because you've kind of got two players that expect the same things in terms of they are the focal point of the team and they do the least work.
Yeah. And New says, guys, let's be honest, this Chelsea team doesn't make it past Lyon. I'm not sure I agree with you there, New. I'm not sure I agree with you at all there. I think that Chelsea are looking really strong at the moment. I think that perhaps before the City game, I'd have said, there've been some things that worried me. Tactically, Chelsea haven't been 100%, but when I've watched them, you see that City game and tactically it was spot on. And if Bompastor can adapt for that scenario so effectively, I see no issue with her adapting for games like Lyon and Barcelona coming up.
Yeah, well, that could come up. That can make the difference. Is that I think you can argue Barcelona probably have a stronger 11 than Chelsea do, but if Bompastor can outsmart any coach in the world, then suddenly that's a complete leveler. If not, it's the thing that will decide the result. Yeah. Having a manager that is better than anyone else in the world changes the game completely. And I think that's what we've seen in the last few big games for Chelsea.
Dave Fraser says, I don't want Lauren James back. Way too erratic. A lot of controversial opinions in the live chat today.
I mean, she's erratic, but if she scores she's got the ability to score a hat trick in a Champions League final. So
I agree that sometimes she acts a bit rashly, but I wouldn't say erratic is the right word. I think a lot of what she does on the ball is very cool, very calm, very collected, actually. I think, sometimes her conduct could be better. I think that acting out occasionally isn't great, but we've not seen that this season at all. From the limited minutes we saw her play, I think she will mature as well. As I know, obviously, that we can't keep using that as a mistake, but it is worth saying she is still a very young player. I do agree, though, she does need to cut those bites out of her game, like we saw in the World Cup in 23 when she stamped on Alozie or Adozie, I forget the name of the Nigerian defender. Those things like that, I agree. They need to be cut out of her game, but she's on her day. Well, not even on her day. I fully believe she's the best player in the WSL. Her ability to just turn nothing into something, to find a goal out of nowhere. I think she is absolutely phenomenal.
There's two things about it. I think that you talk about that maturity. If there's one manager that will not stand for any immaturity or lack of conduct, it is Sonia Bompastor. Like, there's one manager that will set Lauren James straight, it is Sonia. And she's one of the best players in the WSL. On her day, she's one of the best players in the world. You know, you can't argue
and there's
it.
absolutely no argument that she doesn't make Chelsea a better side when she plays.
Yeah, of course.
So I think that there are some criticisms of her conduct, but to say she's doesn't make Chelsea a better side is just absurd. Yeah. Fantastic player is Lauren James. But yeah,
it'll be harsh when she comes back because Samano has been superb, but Lauren James is Lauren James.
Yeah, indeed. And what a fantastic rotation option that will be once Lauren James is back. It will be United to get us back underway here, though. Ball not back, and we're back underway here at Kings Meadow. Chelsea 1-0 up at the break. United will be keen to come back into this one, but can they? That is the big question. That remains to be seen. Well, they are coming forwards more convincingly now. It's a good challenge from Cuthbert, and Chelsea can look to come the other way. Baltimore. Lovely ball towards Carnegie. She'll be hard-pressed to get there, and she won't quite reach it.
Yeah, well, let's see what Skinner has magicked up at half-time. He's had 15 minutes to sort the team out. I don't think there's any subs, which is already a massive negative, in my opinion. But alas,
who do United turn to from the bench in this situation? Mallard? Galton? Miyazawa?
Yeah, anyone in attack. Your attack hasn't had a shot, and your defence can't pass. Oh,
great reaction from Jayce there. Bjorn just caught unaware. Needs to square it, tries to play it through. I'm not sure why. That's got to go across to Bizet sooner there, surely.
It's the touch. She should never take a touch in it. Skips past Bjorn, and this has to go to Bizet. Heysay pounces on a really poor throw from Chelsea. There has to go to Bizet. Bizet, yeah. Understandably, Bizet's furious because that has to go quicker. Huge opportunity for Man United early on.
Yeah.
Should never take that touch. That touch just puts her onto Millie Bright, and Millie Bright just stands there and gets in the way. That's what Millie Bright does.
But she just never looks at playing the ball across. Yes. She's going for goal there.
So bizarre.
Worth saying, back on this left-hand side, by the way.
That's something.
Bjorn. Pass inside, looking for Erin Cuthbert. It's misplaced, and Chelsea decide to be sloppy then in this second half, at least at the start here. Awujo's pass forward, cut out by Bright, though, and Chelsea will look to play football. Brighton. Bright. Sends it down the line for Ramirez to compete for out for a throw.
Natalie Bjorn's made more mistakes in the last 2 minutes than I've ever seen her make in a Chelsea shirt before this game. Clearly not warmed up since coming out of half-time.
Yeah, Natalie says no subs, and Skinner just totally out of answers. Well, the problem is, you look at the bench today for United, and you see players that could change the game are Mallard, Miyazawa, and Galton. 3 players who, from evidence this season, are clearly all out of Skinner's thinking. Because why have they not played?
But the fact Mallard came on, scored a goal, got the equaliser against Arsenal, and scored another game. I think I remember. Galton hasn't touched the pitch, which is bizarre.
I think she had a knock. No, she played the first few games of the season, didn't she? Before Gabriel George was back, and since George has played, apparently Galton now can't play on the wing anymore.
Miyazawa's been here for a year, over a season now, and has not played.
Never been given a chance.
Yeah,
never been given a chance. But yeah.
So bizarre. But yes, Skinner will have to work it out at some point. If not, they're just not going to get anything. It's one of those. But, I mean, they've had a great 3 minutes here, so maybe they're going to take this second half by storm. And shut us all up.
Here is Maya Letitia. Looks to put the ball into the box, and that is headed away well in there by Bjorn, but that will be a goal kick. I'm not sure how. But that is a Chelsea goal kick. United furious about that one.
I originally thought Turner flicked it on herself, but being interested to have another look, we will have a look. Was it Bjorn or Turner? It was Bjorn. That is 100% the corner. Fair enough. Turner's complaints are correct.
Ball goes long. For Manchester United, that will go out, though, for a goal.
United are going against the wind, and they've still managed to smash the ball out of play.
Tishy says Lauren is the best player in the world, in my opinion. I think that is a very respectable opinion to have.
It is. She's up there. I mean, the problem is she hasn't been fit over the last year.
She's never had a consistent season, really. No, last season she picked up an injury. This season she's missed the first few months of this season. So I think it's a difficult one.
And how easy is it for Chelsea just to take 3 players out of the game like that?
Carnery, that's gifted back though. One well in there by Cuthbert. Now Chelsea look to come forward. Nuskin goes backwards though. Plays Chelsea out of trouble.
Yeah, tripping there from Williams on Cuthbert, but Chelsea allowed to move on because they've got the ball. That's a lovely pass from Brighton to Hermano.
Touch escapes there, but she does put in a good challenge on Clinton. Stops her being able to move the ball forwards quickly. Pass across and a poor pass there from Bizet. One back by Millie Turner, and now George comes away with it, and United could look to break. George plays it wide. Here's Jayce. Bronze commits and gets caught out. Jayce coming inside. It's a rogue effort. A fantastic save from Hannah Hampton. That ball just seemed to dip away suddenly.
And this is what you say. This is why you say it. I said it in the first 45. Just have an effort on target because you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. It comes off of Nuskin, which is why it acts so...
It's weird conditions. It flicks up off Nuskin. You never know what's going to happen. And if it wasn't for a brilliant save from Hannah Hampton, United would have scored their first shot of the game.
There we see we see why I still have question marks over Lucy Bronze, because she commits herself way too quickly. Commits herself way too aggressively, and Jayce can read that and move past her easily. And she cuts inside and almost brings the game level.
But this is why you have to shoot sometimes in football.
Ball into the box, and that one's headed away by Natalie Bjorn. Bizet. Now Riviere.
Better from United. The first 5 minutes of the second half been really good. They haven't really done anything. They've had a couple of corners, and again, it's just a speculative effort, but it's caused enough problems.
Tushy says if United lose this one and continue playing this shockingly, I think their fans will all be Skinner out. To be fair, I think you're hard pressed anyway to find a United fan who isn't Skinner out.
It's a really hard one because they're unbeaten before this game. And they come into this season as the reigning FA Cup winners.
But the performances haven't been great this season.
No, they haven't. And his man management is probably one of the worst in the WSL.
Yeah. And I think that's the reason we saw Jonas Eidevall sacked from his role as Arsenal manager.
Yeah.
Because I think Eidevall, much better manager than Skinner. I think tactically he's fantastic, but a little bit. I think his people management was really poor. Yeah.
And I don't think Skinner's is much better.
No, doesn't seem to be.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall in the dressing room, especially after that first half. What did he say? Do you think he looks for the positives, or do you think he goes for the...
I think I've ever seen him be positive about himself. Here's Lucy Bronze. Ball forwards, gets nudged into there by Jayce.
Jayce and Bronze have just spent the whole game smashing into each other. Have they got does anyone know? They've got an agenda from past experiences.
Well, they used to play it together at Barcelona.
They really hated each other.
Of relationships there.
Okay.
Well, Jayce was only there a year, and then Barcelona wanted to get rid of her. And United went, well, that seems like a great idea. Barcelona want her, we'll have her. Chelsea free kick now. Guro Wrightson over this.
Decision making, it could cost Man United today. Silly fouls like that. A chance for Guro Wrightson to put the ball into the box.
And she'll play it to Cuthbert on the edge. Cuthbert will lift it into the area. That's headed away in there by George. Don't mind the routine. Baltimore does well to win that back, and he slips blowing the whistle. Why has she done that?
I don't know.
She has
drop ball. What's the drop ball for? I'm so confused. Did she touch it?
I didn't see it.
I don't think she touched it.
No idea. Changes coming for Chelsea. That is Kat Macario and Aggie Beaver-Jones.
And well, I mean, a mediocre 8 minutes for Chelsea and Bompastor's not happy.
No.
But that's the difference. Skinner watched the same 11 players, not have a shot for 45 minutes, goes, oh, well, you do the same.
Tyler's Joyce sends it long. And Bjorn there competes well against Rachel Williams. And now here's Jayce and United seemingly have a renewed spark in this game. Ball forwards, Bizet gets there, then Bjorn wins it and Bizet's fouled her. How is Bizet not in the book yet, by the way?
Yeah.
This is only Hayslip.
I know. Let her off very lightly. I think maybe not this time. Gonna have a chat.
Will that chat end in a card?
No.
I think she'll get away with it on this occasion.
Wow.
Ian Muzz says, too bad Jonas got out so early, Sonia never got the opportunity to give him a shove. That is true. Tish says, free my girl, Perisset. I don't know what Sonia Bompastor has against Ev Perisset.
I mean, I couldn't believe that she'd only scored her first goal for Chelsea against Celtic on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
That stunned me.
Well, she was only there a season.
I know, but Chelsea scored so many goals in that season.
True.
It's incredible. But yeah, Chelsea been second best for 9 minutes here.
Here as Baltimore knocks it back to Bright. Now Hampton, Bjorn, Bronze tries to play that forward. Jay competes. Bronze knocks it out for a throw.
Yeah, much better from Man United in the second half. Not only are they playing better, but they're also limiting Chelsea. And maybe, I don't know what Skinner's done in that dressing room, but it has brought Chelsea to changes.
And here is the double change. They make a Hamano off, and on in her place is Kat Macario. And then you would assume, so Guro Wrighton coming off, Aggie Beaver-Jones coming on.
I mean, I thought we'd have seen Myra Ramirez bench.
That is going to change the way Chelsea look then, because Aggie not as effective operating in the half space. Could this be more of a 4-4-2? Because you've also got Kat Macario, who's not really an attack midfielder.
No, yeah, so it could definitely keep so Chelsea going a little bit more defensive like they did against Arsenal. But I think the other thing would be is that
here's Kat, who does seem to be playing in the 10 role, and puts it in behind for Ramirez to give chase to. Great ball from Macario. Ramirez running at Turner. Will take her on. It gets a shot away. Big save from Talis Joyce. Corner for Chelsea.
I'll tell you what, I don't think Millie Turner does much wrong there. She follows Ramirez one way, the other way, one way, the other way. But it's really well worked from the Chelsea striker, and forces a good save out of Talis Joyce.
This is really good.
But instant impact from Chelsea changes, and I tell you what, that needs some saving. Really good stop. The other thing will be bringing off Hamano and Wrighton on 55 will be that they are the two players that have played every single game this season, apart from Johanna Eating Carnage.
Yeah, they have all played quite a few minutes.
So a bit of resting for Chelsea.
Ball into the box. That's pushed away by Talis Joyce. And that is out now for Chelsea. Corner or throw? I think it's just a throw, isn't it?
Yeah, but a reshuffle of positions from the corner. Baltimore's got to cross the pitch to get to the throw. Yeah, Talis Joyce had a good game. She gave away a penalty.
Yeah, Sapphire pointing out, by the way, JC in the top 10 most expensive transfers.
Wow.
Not the best use of money for Manchester United. And Chelsea have the ball in this corner. Aggie Beaver-Jones wants to take on Clinton. Clinton wins it back, clears it into Sondi Baltimore. Going to fall for Kat Macario now, who will look to come inside with the ball.
How deep are Man
well
United?
For it, and that's cleared away. Every player for United there was in their
final third. Rachel Williams was their highest player on the edge of the D. Wow. Grace Clinton's back defending in her own corner.
Belsky says, what has Bartel got to do to get a game? To be fair, Julia Bartel was out for the start of the season with an injury. She's been eased into action. We saw her come on into the game on Wednesday night against Celtic. Which I think she featured against Twente as well in the Champions League. I think she could start Twente in December.
Yeah.
Because Chelsea should be comfortable. Well, they are through now.
Yeah.
So
interesting swap between Heisey and Rachel Williams.
Rachel Williams out on the right hand side now.
Out on the left, and then Heisey through the middle. Well, it was momentarily, but yeah, Williams seems to be dropping very deep here on the left hand side.
Baltimore, not a great pass inside. Yeah, JC is leading the line now.
Wow. I mean, it's something.
Yeah. Cuthbert into Beaver-Jones. That's lost, and this will give JC something to chase after. And then she just gives it to Bjorn.
Now the poor touch lets her down. That's two. She's had two opportunities now where she's running at Chelsea, and two poor touches have just let her down massively.
Yeah. Marlon says Perisset will leave next season. I think if the game time is this low, then possibly. But to be fair, as the season goes on and Chelsea's fixtures list becomes even more packed, I think she will play more.
So you got to remember, Chelsea haven't entered the FA Cup or the Conti Cup yet. I know the Conti Cup they only play like 2-3 games.
Eva Jones will chase this down. As injuries start to strike and fatigue starts to strike, I think we will see more minutes for the likes of Ev Perisay, Ashley Lawrence. Those haven't really been involved yet.
I think that's been the main thing, is it? Because Lawrence has been the preferred backup. It's been the main concern.
When there's a sub there, yeah. On comes
but-
Ashley Lawrence.
Yeah, it's a really interesting one. You've still got Neve Charles to come back in those fullback positions as well.
Well, she's expected to be back after the international break, isn't she? Neve Charles is expected to return for Chelsea. So that's exciting. Very exciting. I think that could... I mean, her and Baltimore... I mean, it's hard to bench... It's hard to get rid of bench Sunday Baltimore. She's been so good, but... Yeah.
So, and then you start thinking, well, you put Baltimore higher up, then you're benching Guo Wrighton, which you're not going to do. It's an incredible conundrum to have. Bompastor.
Here is Carnery. United tried to clear that away there, but the wind operating against them in this half. Nusken can't quite hold on to that in the box. That's a Chelsea throw.
I think United changes are going to come now.
Just want to keep hitting that like button and subscribe to the channel, people. Make sure to do that if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button. It massively helps us out. Helps us continue to grow. And Alex asks, why is Kings Meadow not always sold out? It's just difficult to get to.
And you've also got to remember this game was rearranged.
That is also true.
So people would have got tickets for the game a few weeks ago who may not be able to go this weekend.
Yeah.
Or, various reasons.
Yeah, Natalie says I'd be there every other week if I didn't live 4 hours away. Yeah, I mean, I guess just impossible for us to get to, being a 12 o'clock kickoff on a Sunday. We wouldn't be able to get there.
Or we'd have to leave at 4 a.m.
Well, even then, there's no trains out from where we are
true.
that early.
Yeah.
Cuthbert, shot across goal. Played well by Tallis Joyce. And then Riviere gets that clear.
Once again, Tallis Joyce keeping Man United in this game. And a double change as well. Galton and Mallard have now entered the field for Manchester United to try and make a difference. I think it was Williams and I'm not quite sure who came. Was it?
Here's Aaron Cuthbert, tries to play a pass inside Macario, can't quite react. Here is Aggie Beaver Jones. And Jayce now comes over the ball and then manages to win a throw.
It was Bizet. Bizet and Williams were off for Galton and Mallard. And they've gone and put...
Jayce's on the right wing.
Finally.
Rachel Williams through the middle, Mallard on the left-hand
Williams
side.
is off. Mallard through the middle, Galton on the left-hand side now.
Oh, right, okay. Sure.
Don't know why it's taking 61 minutes to do that.
One day Melvin Mallard will get to play on the left wing. At least she gets to play.
Yeah, she's on the pitch.
Right.
Enjoy it.
Sends it forwards. Awujo wants to bring that ball forward. Goes to Jayce on this right-hand side. Jayce again with
Another
ball knocked forward. So it's not really gone to anyone. Macario, Bronze. Chelsea can use this right-hand side now. Where they have got an overload. Bronze. Ramirez holds that up well. Gets caught by Dominic Janssen. Wins a free kick. Heart of the field here then for Chelsea. David Fraser asks, do you play Kurt and Ramirez? I can't really see them both playing the same game, no. I think if it's a Champions League, important Champions League game, potentially if we were to play something like a 4-4-2, a 3-5-2, where you do want two more physical strikers, but I think it's the best rotation of forwards in the world.
It is. It's one of those where Kurt will be happy to rotate because she's coming back from a big injury. Ramirez is already happy to rotate. The person it's not going to help out is Aggie Beaver Jones, who will become the third choice striker, really. Who also can play it in other places.
Alright, goes down the line, a well-worked routine. Baltimore into the box now, and that's headed just wide by Bjorn.
And a corner.
And Chelsea get a corner. Was a touch in there from a United player.
Huge touch because that was heading goal from Natalie Bjorn. Brilliant routine from Chelsea, and no one in a red United shirt manages to switch onto it. Really sloppy. Tallis Joyce is furious because how on earth have Chelsea managed to work that out with no one?
Simple.
No one stopping it. And a touch in there to see it out for a corner from Turner. And
said Sonia loves Baltimore. Hard for Neve to get back in the first 11. That is true, but equally I think we'll see more of Baltimore as a winger.
Yeah.
And that rotational aspect. I think Charles gives you a little bit more defensive security, but still a high attacking upside because she's quite good going forwards.
Great ball from Bronze.
Beaver Jones unable to hold on to that ball.
Couldn't sort her feet out.
David Fraser says the options Chelsea have for formations are insane. That is true. Chelsea have a lot of flexibility because their squad is so deep, because it has so many interesting and variable profiles.
In forward areas, when everyone's fit, you can name 3 different front lines. Defence, you can't say the same thing because
there are no centre backs.
Yeah.
But to be fair, if Aniek Nguyen returns eventually, which she should.
Oh, what a touch from Mallard.
Tries to play it forwards, cut out well by Sandy Baltimore. Chelsea will look to play out. Beaver Jones holds on to it well. Riviere wins it back though, but it's given. Beaver Jones and caught Riviere, so advantage played. United coming forwards. Turner, George. Back by Bronze, but she's giving it straight to Leah Galton. And now United can make something happen. Clinton tries to play it through the lines, cut out well by Natalie.
No one, not even Leah Galton, expected that pass to fall to her. She was just jogging back in, and
Baltimore again just plays it blindside inside, and Clinton loses it. So Cuthbert comes over the ball. A big chance from Awujo stops Chelsea breaking.
I like that from Awujo because every other United player puts their hands up and appeals for a foul. Awujo goes, "Oh, that's poor from Talis Joyce, giving it straight to Carnereid."
Here's a chance for Carnereid, bearing it on goal. Letitia does well, and so well from Letitia there to block it. Has Carnereid got to pull the trigger earlier here?
Potentially, so it's brilliant. Picks the ball up, doesn't expect it to fall to her. Picks it up well, dances round Millie Turner.
Well, Turner seems to get stuck in the mud.
And then Carnereid's got to hit that earlier. Good, brilliant defending from Letitia.
I think she can have a shot there.
Or even that one there, that extra touch there, just to try and take her wide, but got to do better. Took her too many touches in there, Carnereid.
Well, she made it too predictable by going right.
Yeah.
Before she was dribbling at Ramirez, at Letitia. It's really good for positioning from Letitia because she forces her that direction. She stops any pass to Ramirez. She knows if she forces her to try and have a shot, Letitia can jump in front of that.
Let off Talis Joyce it, goes up for it, doesn't get anything on it, and Lucy Bronze chests it off the pitch. Had an open net. If she could have got it goalwards, it would have gone in.
So she says Sandy has been the best surprise to me this season. Actually says she was not that good at PSG. And she says our recruitment is elite. Yeah, I mean, I can't think of too many massive failures in the transfer market.
I do think Baltimore's been better than I expected. I have to agree.
Yeah, I think when we saw her in pre-season, I was slightly concerned because I thought she was a little bit too stop-start with her dribbling.
Was cool when she scored against Arsenal, though. That was cool.
Yeah, that is true. And when we saw her at the Olympics for France, I thought just a bit too stop-start. Yeah. Which is fine. It's just a different dribbling style. But I thought in the WSL that could be quite difficult to make that work. But yeah, I thought it was. I thought she was going to come in and be a decent backup option. She's come in and proven to be a really effective left back.
Yeah.
And her defensive game's come on so well. That's such a composed touch from Bright to bring that down. And now Chelsea can come forwards. Baltimore plays it forward into Macaro. Macaro now bearing in on goal. Tries to square it. It's cleared away. Messy from Awujo, but United could play out from here. Riviere under pressure from Beaver Jones goes down the line. And United will look to come forwards now. Jay big challenge from Bright.
United, you have to give credit to United. We've got 23 minutes left this second half, and you have to say they've really upped the performance. They've looked much, much better than they did in the first half. Chelsea have dropped the standard as well, though, and I do think that has helped. But credit to United, but Chelsea got to be careful they don't let this slip. Said at the start, United got a knack for getting results from games that they weren't really involved in.
Yeah,
and that could be similar here. That's another great throw. Mallard can just bring that down without much contest.
Now here is Melvin Mallard driving it forwards, knocks it wide to Jay. And Bjorn does really well to win that back. Now Baltimore.
Once Jay focuses,
and that's another foul from Jay.
Once Jay focuses on the football, not the player, she should actually play well. Even when this ball is battling with Bjorn, she focuses way too much on Bjorn and just forgets about the football. And then obviously she doesn't win the ball because she's not looking for the ball. Really bizarre, just focus on the ball, play the ball. Chelsea will... I think Bompastor will be frustrated more than worried. Chelsea should have dealt with this game better. Should have made this game a lot more comfortable than it is. Allowed United to get back into it. United have played well. Have played much better in the second half, but Chelsea have let them kind of get a stranglehold in this game.
Yeah.
Long way to go. A lot can happen. I think Chelsea, based on what was in the season, could go and score 2 goals and make it look really convincing.
Macario. Now Cuthbert, Nuskin. Nuskin looks to switch the play here to Carnery and does so effectively. Carnery brings it down well. Wants to take on George here. Waits for some support. Has Bronze inside. Tries to play it through the lines, but it's cut out. Macario competes for it now. Bronze. Goes back to Bjorn. Bjorn down the line into Cat Macario. Macario goes back to Bjorn. Now Bright. I think that's the first bit of consistent possession-based football we've seen Chelsea play this game. Some very end-to-end, very transitional. Nuskin there gets shrugged off by Awujo. Big challenge in there from Aaron Cuthbert. And George has made an absolute hash of that Chelsea throw-in.
Just trying to rush it. With George, and that sun is now coming down on King's Meadow, and it is starting to, that will start to frustrate the Man United defenders. Yeah, 20 minutes to go. Second goal for Chelsea would definitely probably kill the game. Would probably see the game out, but United are hanging on in there, putting in a very, very good shift.
Bronze goes down the line looking for Myra Ramirez. Wants to compete with George here. And that clearance is then found by Bronze, who gives it to Galton, who then does win the second ball. And here is Carnery trying to take it down this right-hand side now then. Up against Gary George. Macario. And that's good from Clinton. And that is out now for Chelsea corner.
Well from Macario. Didn't really have anywhere to go, so won the corner. Smart play. And now an opportunity for Chelsea to get the ball in and try and put Man United under some pressure. Still a lot of balls in and crosses kind of palmed away by Tyshaw rather than claimed. Chelsea will feel like a set piece is definitely a way to try and find the back of the net.
Baltimore. Into Macario. Tries to play it forward again, though it's cut out. Big challenge from Sondy Baltimore. Cat Macario loses the ball, and now United could play forwards. A long pass from Letitia, header won by Cuthbert. Bjorn. Baltimore. Now Carnery just dropped into the back line here. Hampton. Now Carnery. Nice pass inside. Baltimore. Macario. Love the fluidity from Chelsea.
As I say,
Players just moving positions.
Couldn't tell it was a heavy touch or a brilliant pass from
Bronze over on this flank now.
Everyone's out of
Left-hand
position.
side. Bright. Cuthbert.
Chelsea. It's what Chelsea needs to do.
Bright. Nuskin back to Bright.
Just get on the ball and win back that control of the game. I mean, United aren't putting them under any pressure whatsoever. Bjorn, Brighton, Hampton can just play their own little game for the next 18 minutes.
Nuskin into Aggie Beaver-Jones. Nice turn. Forced back though. Nuskin into Bronze. Now Aggie. Nuskin again. Bright looks to switch the play. And now does find Carnery. Carnery touch to Baltimore. Poked out of play by Galton. And that is a Chelsea throw.
This is tight. This is a lot tighter than I think we expected after watching that first half.
Brilliant from Aaron Cuthbert. Caught in there by Dominique Janssen. And that will be a yellow card for the Dutch defensive midfielder.
And I mean, for a midfielder who is not known for tidy footwork and brilliant movement.
It's got a mark there.
Aaron Cuthbert that's superb. Lovely feet from the defensive midfielder. Draws the foul. Where's that come from? Aaron Cuthbert associated with big tackles and huge clearances. But that was a piece of elegance from the Scot. And now a chance for Chelsea from this set piece. Tried a few routines. Some of them have worked, some of them haven't. This should just be a cut and dry, put it in the penalty area and cause a problem.
Or Sondy could aim for that right-hand side of the goal. It's a bit of a difficult angle, though.
I'd allow it off and smash out the stadium.
Ball in from Macario, headed away. Bronze takes aim, it's blocked in there. Claims for a handball, not given. Bronze to Ramirez. Ramirez tries to turn, does turn and shoot. Saved by Talis Joyce.
I mean, how on earth Ramirez has been allowed to turn in the United penalty area and get a shot? I will
There's
never know.
so many bodies in there.
Bronze, a decent effort. It's not handball, no.
No, it doesn't look.
And it falls back to Bronze, who decides to pass it into Ramirez's feet, who somehow manages to spin around 2 players and get a shot away. Really poor defending. Man United get away with one there. Ramirez just elegantly, very tidily just turns around
Yeah.
and pulls it off. Somehow, United get away with it.
So,
As well.
United will play out for the back here.
Big 15 minutes for these two sides, for the rest of the WSL. Big 15 minutes.
Talis Joyce sends that one long. Baltimore can't get it down. Bjorn then sends it forwards. Big header in there from Letitia. Cuthbert heads on now. Carnery wants to take it forwards. Does well to drive inside here. Can't read one back in there by George. Now Chelsea can look to play out. Riviere. Back now to Letitia. Letitia knocks it across into Millie Turner.
That's a great ball.
George goes long. Bronze tries to head it down. Galton now to Clinton. Clinton back to Galton. And United will look to come forwards. There's an option down the line of Malage will go inside to Mard, who made the run inside. Bjorn, though, wins it back. Now Aggie wants to break. Gives it to Kat Macario. Macario carrying the ball forward. Options left and right. Goes left, but it's off the field and unable to be found by Ramirez.
Yeah. It's one of those games where Chelsea have played well. It's not been a brilliant second half, but it's not been a bad one. They've done well to manage this game pretty decently, and we know they've got a knack for scoring goals in the last 15 minutes of the game. Scored the most this season out of anyone. Scored 8 goals in the last 15 minutes of games this season, and they could do with one now.
Yeah, just to put this game out of doubt, really.
United, they scored late on again to get a draw at Arsenal. Can they score late on to get a draw at Chelsea? I mean, a draw would remain these two sides unbeaten, which would be incredible. But
Ball forward from Riviere, flicked on by a few United players. That's flicked on back to Hannah Hampton, who will go over and pick it up. And then she's nudged into and off the pitch. So it will be a Chelsea free kick.
Yeah. Like that. Don't like to be given corners for that kind of things. Oh, what's going on? And Heesit's just going to... I don't know what Heesit's doing. Could just let her play on there, but apparently not.
Lauren James in attendance, which is good to see. And hopefully we'll see her back on the pitch in the not too distant future.
Yeah.
She'll be back for the new year. Leave Charles there as well. The player we should see much sooner. Issue for United though, Talis Joyce down.
I'm saying the ball's up the other end.
Convenient, as
Yeah.
United could do with a moment to make a tactical change.
With 12 minutes to go, you'd expect this just to be a pause. And Skinner taking the opportunity to get every player, apparently just to cuddle with Grace Clinton. But anyway, and take an opportunity to get the 10 outfielders in there and try and make a change that is going to get them something out of this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need something. United need something if they want to take at least a point off Chelsea.
Ian Mussos may not have the best defensive stats this season. Well, they've got the lowest goals conceded, I think, in the league. That is now obviously level with Chelsea because they've conceded today. But I think it's worth adding context that United haven't played Manchester City yet. They hadn't played Chelsea before today. I think the defence has still done well.
Yeah.
I don't think the defence is their issue. We've seen today them be able to fairly effectively handle Chelsea in this second half, especially.
Yeah.
Probably should have conceded another one in the first half, but in the second half they've done quite well. And Talis Joyce has had a really good season, but
Yeah.
Speaking of Taylor Joyce, she has recovered from that horrible injury that she had to go down with. I think that's what Bompastor is now joking about with the fourth official. And whoever her assistant is, he looks like a bouncer.
That is his job.
Maybe, just to be there in case it all gets a bit nasty.
Yeah. Most bouncers protect them from other people. This bouncer protects other people from Bompastor.
Yeah. Well, Hampton will get us underway. Will that, whatever's happened there for United, will that change make a difference? Potentially so.
We will find out. Here is Shokanuskum. Sends the ball forward, and that's something for Maya Ramirez to give chase to now. Ramirez tries to come inside, is caught in the face there, and goes down. I'm not sure why.
Yeah.
She's had the ball, and she's seemingly trying to run a free kick, but
I think it's in the
I don't know
penalty
what could be
area,
that
so I don't really-
painful.
I was saying, unless it really hurts, a bit random to go down there.
She's just been punched in the face, I think we would have noticed.
She had the better Letitia and had burst into the box.
So Ramirez still down.
And she looks to feel right now. It's a really bizarre one to go down for.
She gets caught in the face there by an elbow. Well, not even the elbow, it's the
It's just,
inside.
yeah. It's just the arm, lower arm. I think Ramirez has just got to keep going. For a player that goes around bullying other defenders off the ball, you're in the penalty area.
Intentional.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't see how that was going to be given, but
No. We'd like to get a free kick for that, let a penalty. Yeah. Perhaps wasted a good opportunity there, Maya Ramirez. And now Chelsea get that opportunity. Bompastor looks... I mean, she looks like she's having a good time. She was quite happy, but I'm not sure she will be.
no, probably not.
Has not been a very good performance for Chelsea.
It's not been convincing. I don't think it's been a bad performance at all. I just think they didn't finish their chance in the second half, and United have been better in this.
Yeah,
The first half, they've been better in the second half.
First half, I mean, feels like a different game, to be completely honest. The first and second halves of this game feel completely different.
Yeah, we're saying United have still had one shot in this entire game. And Sam Kerr also in attendance.
He's
All the Chelsea players in the
She's
front.
bored, she's on
She's
phone,
playing block blast.
probably.
She does look like she's really engraved.
So focused. Oh, but yeah, I mean, it sums up that the highlight of the second half probably was Sam Kerr playing on her phone rather than watching the game.
Ryan says there's a nasty nerve feeling if you get hit in the nose in the right place. True, but if we're in to score.
It's like there,
There's a
like kind of on the
chance.
bridge of it, like.
Should we test it?
But
Oh, it does that actually.
for experimental purposes, smack me in the face.
Beaver Jones tries to send it forwards, out of play though, and Mariner is allowed to re-enter the field. Lucky says Jojo's been selfish in this game. Hope United don't do a smash and grab like they did against Arsenal. Yeah, true. Hopefully Chelsea can just see this out.
Not a good position for Chelsea to be in.
No, I'd want it to be a lot more convincing
Yeah.
than this. But the 3 points is the most important thing. I
It
think
is.
the thing to note is this Chelsea team have looked quite tired, I think, in the second half especially.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why we saw changes for. We saw a double change on 53 minutes. But what I'm surprised we haven't seen more. After that double
Yeah.
change, we haven't seen a single other change.
You know, maybe a Vika captain into midfield, a
Lawrence at right back.
Shaw or Perisset, who's not playing any football.
Yeah. Let Paris have a go.
She did play against Celtic on Wednesday night, to be fair.
She still came on, didn't she? She didn't start. Bronze started.
Bronze did not start.
Yeah,
Wednesday night, did she?
Bronze started in Celtic. Chelsea went
She
quite
did,
strong.
didn't She scored, don't you?
Yeah.
Matthew says Mark sent Sonia the meme he was laughing at earlier. Yeah, that's sent Sam Kerr, right? Yeah. It's distracted her. Safa says, what do you think about Pernilla Harder's time at Chelsea? Short but sweet. Fantastic football.
Yeah. I mean, look at her at Bayern. She's flown at Bayern Munich. This
Yeah,
season
that's
especially,
what
she's
I'm
been phenomenal.
A brilliant player. I think, though, if you look at our current attacking options, is Sam Kerr a better striker than her? Probably. Is Maya Ramirez? Probably. I think she's more suited to the physicality in the
Yeah.
WSL. And obviously with Beaver Jones coming through with Mia Fischel in the squad as well, I don't really know where the place would be for Harder. We wouldn't have signed. Well, obviously, we wouldn't have signed Ramirez.
Yeah.
Probably would have signed Fischel. But I think if you look at the squad now, it's probably in a better place.
Yeah. And, Harder's crew crushing it and still scoring hat-tricks against Arsenal, which is funny.
Had it meant, though, we got to keep Magdalena Eriksson, that's a different story.
That is true. And there is, I don't know what's been given
Ed
here.
Indria for Lucy Bronze.
Bronze is
Doesn't
down,
be in some
Clinton's on
pain.
the floor. Just, I think, again, got hit on the nose.
Yeah, just 2 players contesting a header.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it. No, she seems alright now.
Miraculous recovery.
Yeah.
But well, we'll use this opportunity to say if you are new around here and haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please make sure to do so. We've got big goals.
We're climbing.
And the more subscribers we gain, the bigger this channel gets, the more we're able to do. So yeah, do get involved, hit that subscribe button, and yeah, you get notified whenever we upload, whenever we're live, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, do hit subscribe. But yeah, 5 minutes left of this then.
Big 5 minutes.
Can Chelsea hold on is the question.
We're in a situation now where a goal could completely change, or would completely change the game, but also potentially the outcome of the season. If Chelsea are to draw here, and suddenly they're only 3 points out of City rather than 5, which is much better. It'd be a miracle if United would have scored 2 goals, but you never know. If Chelsea get another one, though, it just even more confirms their superiority at the top. Good from Heisey, though, who then just throws herself on the floor.
Connery flicks it on well. Ramirez tries to get in behind. Letitia clears up in the air.
I don't know what Jayce's game plan has been today. Just to fight everyone.
Yeah. That's been her whole game plan since she joined United, to be fair. It's just to be physical.
Yeah.
Here's Beaver Jones. Wants to take that ball forward. Good challenge, though, from Peter Clinton.
Ran into trouble there, Aggie.
Nice attack from United. Not quite paid off, though. Bright will win it back. Cuthbert tries to get a flick on. Doesn't quite work. United in possession. Dominic Janssen. A pass forward. And that is cut out well by Chelsea. Now they'll look to break. Ramirez, Macario. Macario looks right into Carnareed. Chance for Chelsea now as they look to hit United again. Ball for Ramirez. Should finish. Huge save from Fallon Tullis-Joyce.
It's a big save, but Maya Ramirez will know she's got to do better straight at the goalkeeper. But a very good reactions from Tullis-Joyce once again.
Yeah, Mallard. J.C. Knocks it wide towards Melvin Mallard. Bronze will compete and
Really
will not out of play for United throw.
Huge opportunity. That would have been game over. Brilliant attack from Chelsea. Just overloaded Man United. 3-on-2. Carnery does the right thing to cut it back to Ramirez, who has to do better for me.
Yeah, it's got to be finished. And a messy one from Tullis-Joyce here. Ramirez puts her under pressure and she's not out of play.
Yeah.
Got away with that one there, Tullis-Joyce. Made a mistake.
Not sure why she
Give
could
it away.
cut that out of play at the second time asking, though. Don't want to flick it over Ramirez.
Probably.
Probably, but just knock it to Turner.
Well, that's the thing, she didn't flick over Ramirez.
Oh.
It hit into Ramirez, went up in the air and falls back down. She just panics. She doesn't know where Ramirez is, doesn't really know where anyone else is. What's
3 to go. Big 3 minutes.
Yeah. Bronze. Macario. Bronze again. Tries to roll it through the feet of Dominique Janssen. Isn't going to work. And that's how to play for a Chelsea throw.
Yeah. Chelsea just managing this game. United, for a team that needed a goal with 2 minutes to go, I don't think I've ever seen anything less threatening. You think we throwing players forwards, attacking Chelsea, putting them under pressure, but a little bit too easy at the moment for the leaders. Maybe now they're going to launch into, throwing.
This should have been game over, though. Had Ramirez finish off that chance. Put it right at Fallon Tullis-Joyce. Change now for United. Hayley Ladd replacing Simia Wujo.
Chasing again.
I'm not sure.
Great
I was
start.
going to say, when you're desperate for a goal, that's the greatest change.
Not a bad game from Wuja.
Surely you throw on Miyazawa there and go, oh, now we've got 2 8s on the pitch. Let's see if we can create something.
A goal in 2 minutes. I'm going to go to Hayley Ladd.
Yeah. Here's Gabby George then from the throw. Bronze.
Poor throw. That's what he said.
Ramirez. Now that is one back by Leah Galton. Macario finds Ramirez. One back through the legs of Ramirez from JC.
Tidy.
One back by Chelsea, though, which is the more important thing.
Yeah.
Sjokonuskan flicks it forward. Carnereed will try and get there. Fantastic defending from Maya Letitia, who then gets it up the line. JC brings it down and tries to do another nutmeg, but Erin Cuthbert having none of that. Bronze goes down the line.
And it had gone for an election to turn around and smash. Yeah. Crashed into her.
Natty says, how do you feel taking Ryson to minor affected Chelsea, positive or negative? I think we haven't looked as good in attacking areas, but I equally think both those players have played so much football recently, they were flagging anyway. And I think a lot of Chelsea's players are flagging. Chance on Mallard. Brilliant from Mallard off the bar.
Oh, wow.
And that should be level. And Chelsea will feel relieved.
And I said earlier about how Ramirez got away with taking too many touches in United's penalty area. Well, Mallard's turn now way too easy for her to work a shooting opportunity in Chelsea's own 18-yard box.
Just can't stand her up effectively. And 6 minutes of additional time. I'm not sure where that's come from. It's a chance for up. It's time for United to try and make something happen. Corner now for Manchester United.
United have had 2 shots today, and they've both been very
Brilliant
close.
Work from Alvin Mallard. And again, it begs the question: why does she not start this game?
Oh yeah, if that's a yard,
She sends Bright twice
Brilliant.
there.
Hampton's not getting anywhere near that. That's going in. An incredible strike, rattles the crossbar. United finally pushing forwards. Six minutes to go. Oh, that's a poor
Ball
corner.
on to the crossbar. And again, it just feels like United haven't judged the wind correctly at all today.
You're going to put an in swing and you've got to be aim for the halfway line.
So the wind's getting the other way on this occasion, but yeah.
Well, in that case, they've done brilliantly to put an in swinger on the crossbar. It's incredible. Yeah, the wind's going against them. Let's just put on the floor, try a routine, do something different.
Yeah.
Tissier wins the throw, loses the throat, loses the throw. Yeah, it's been one of those where United haven't had many opportunities, but the few they have been pretty good ones. Hayes shot force an incredible save at Hampton, and Mallard's effort there, hitting the crossbar. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, Nuskin gets away with one there.
Bjorn sends it forwards. Nice flick on from Mayra Ramirez. Here come Chelsea. Macario. Sondi Baltimore. Macario. And United clear it away. Out now for a Chelsea throw, which Bright will take her time with.
More changes coming. This is United.
And that is Sandberg then on for what I believe is her WSL debut. On in place of Gabby George. She should come on against Leicester.
She's got on against Leicester.
But either way, Anna Sandberg on.
But you're chasing a game. Why are you taking off? Why are you just doing a swap for?
Literally, I was going to say. They've changed like for like at defensive midfield, like for like at left back. Cool.
If Hayley Ladd now scores, see.
Sandberg whips it in.
Yeah.
Ladd a red kick.
It's just not going to happen. Bizarre. I get it if you've already put all your attackers on there, but you haven't. Ball smashed along. Not dealt with by Chelsea. Eventually it's dealt with.
And this is a chance. Ramirez running in behind then. Gets past her. Tite just shrugs her off. Needs support in the middle. Has none. And Turner can stand her up well. Here's Letitia. Gets it clear. Cuthbert finds Carnery. That was a foul on the edge. Ref not giving it though. Bronze against Galton now. Galton's ball forward blocked by Lucy Bronze.
Good defending from Lucy Bronze again. Chelsea just trying to see this result through now.
Well, this is probably the best performance from United we've seen all season. Is a game they may well lose.
Yeah. Second half they've looked much better. And they will feel let down that this game has been decided from the spot.
Yeah.
Mallard's looks so good since she's come on. It's incredible. You play Melvin Mallard, she causes issues. Chelsea there, ball out from Hampton, out for a United throw. 2 minutes to go. United are surely in kitchen sink territory now. Should be absolutely pelting it at Chelsea. Oh, it's not dealt brilliantly with by Browick.
Letitia, now Janssen, Sandberg. Here come Manchester United. Bronze all over Jay-Say. Jay-Say's lost her boot. And only after that, the referee gives us a foul.
I think Heath realised that there's no way her shoes fallen off without her being fouled.
I don't know. I think she took it off herself.
Removed it. Yeah, I don't ever see a team need a goal with a minute to go and not be like putting the other team under so much pressure. I mean, that has been moved so far forwards. That's incredible. The referee's running back, and we've just watched. Letitia's moved it forward twice.
This has gone from being a deep set piece to being one they could actually use, and she'll lump it into the box. Hampton punches, and that'll be cleared away by Mara Ramirez. And Makara wanted to break, but Sandberg gets in front of her. Riviere puts it back into the penalty area, flicked on, headed away by Natalie Bjorn. Now Chelsea could look to break. Cuthbert puts it down the line. Will compete with Dominic Janssen for it. Would have been a Chelsea throw. Cuthbert kept it on though, and then commits the foul on Janssen. That'll be a yellow card, but a needed yellow card.
Yeah, Cuthbert no complaints. I think Sonia Bompastor will pay that one.
On.
Yeah.
She's
fighting
too
too
well
hard
to almost win the throw in, and then keeps it on.
Yeah.
But that would have been a Chelsea throw.
Yeah.
She gives it to Janssen, just drive inside with.
Last kick of the game.
Free kick them. And this is their one last opportunity to make something happen.
Huge moment. Chelsea got to get this right. United, Letitia, she's got to be a good ball.
In fact, her choice isn't in the box. Disgraceful.
It's incredible. United it's like they don't know how to chase a game. It was late on against Arsenal. Will it be late on against Chelsea?
Ball into the box. And that is dealt with by Sioka Nuskun. Into the corner now. Baltimore, that's out for a United corner.
Chelsea would have not wanted to give away a corner. But equally, if they decide to swing it in and put it on Tyler Joyce is now coming in. 10 players in the penalty area for United.
And it feels like Aston Villa on the opening day for Chelsea all over again. Chance for United here to take something from the game, and it's a corner to the near post. So he's out for another corner.
Corner, you chase it. Corner can't be going to the front post in this situation.
Cheeky flick on.
Got to lump it in there. Sandberg again.
And this is a better corner. It's in there. Bjorn rises highest, and Chelsea could look to break now. Aggie Viva-Jones. Why is she not shot? She's still not shot, Aggie. And it's one back in there by Turner, but it won't matter anyway there. That is the full-time whistle. Chelsea 1, Manchester United 0. Just about seeing out the game. One where it was not convincing for Chelsea, but a necessary and incredibly important 3 points secured from the spot from Guro Wrighton. Chelsea 1, Manchester United 0. That sees them climb to 5 points clear at the top of the Women's Super League table. A very important victory.
Yeah, big win for Chelsea. Puts them in control of the league once again. It's 13 wins out of 13 under Sonia Bompastor. Absolutely incredible numbers. So no, 11 out of 11, but still mental. But yeah, Chelsea march on. A first half that they dominated, and a second half that was difficult for the Blues, but they've won the game. For United, it's their first loss of the season, which I don't think they'll be too frustrated with, but a game that they could have potentially got something from.
But still, they look better in the second half.
Yeah.
But they had 41% possession to 59% possession. They still had 5 less shots than Chelsea. They still had 3 less on target than Chelsea. Ultimately, this looks a very different game if Ramirez's chance goes in at 85. Suddenly it's a 2-0 win and Chelsea looked okay.
Yeah.
So I think, the context has to be considered. Chelsea, bit wasteful in front of goal decision, which is something we've not seen. Apparently, when teams play Manchester United, they just can't finish off their chances for some reason. Task choice, again, really strong performance, so worth noting as well. But yeah, important 3 points. That is what matters at the end of the day. I think you can make an argument that United's best, at least defensive performance this season has come at the same time as their worst result of the season. But yeah, or so far at least.
Yeah.
But I think it's a difficult one.
And from a Chelsea point of view, that every big test they've faced all the big tests, and they've beaten them all. Beaten Arsenal, beaten City, beaten Manchester United.
Not played Brighton yet.
Not played Brighton, but
That's up next for the Blues.
no one has an idea what's happening to Brighton at the moment. But yeah, overall, a perfect start.
Well, literally
A perfect
Flawless
start.
Every game won heading into the winter internationals. 2 more games before the winter break. In the league, 2 more Champions League games. They're already through into the Champions League quarter-finals. They are top of the league by 5 points with a 13 goal difference advantage over Manchester City. That is the best goal difference in the league by that same margin. Really strong campaign for Chelsea so far. That loss for United leaves them stranded in 5th, a point behind Brighton, level with Arsenal, but behind on goal difference. So, yeah, it's a weird old season for Manchester United. They started so well. They looked like they would be right up there competing, and then a couple draws and a loss to Chelsea, and suddenly they're 5th in the league. But,
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that is about everything for today's stream. Chelsea, a big victory. We will be back with a video tomorrow to talk about it all. But for now, that is everything. Thank you guys very, very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.